full-court trio. It's the full-court trio. They stay applying pressure. Triangle offense, running, gunning. Who's better? K-Sap on the post. He the man front and center. Swing it out the Keisha. She the queen, that's the sister. Got the bro Clyde glide through. Now you history. The ball at the top of the key. He on the scene. Getting three the harder way. Moderators getting rid of. Any violators put a hater on hiatus. Pull up front row. Trolls getting finger rolled. Block your shot at the rim, Matumbo. No, 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 not in my house. It's the big three. We talk the game the best. I need an S. Livest podcast, get your views up. I average a triple-double, sending you players back to the huddle. Keep your rebuttal, stutter, step and cross you over. No look past behind the back, you on the poster. Money, talk that talk, just be ready to pour confetti. Kiss the rings to the chest, that's legendary. The numbers don't lie, most valuable podcast. Fast breakdown through the lane, steam dash. Money, it's the full-court trio. We're applying pressure. Yo, the bro Clyde, the sister Keisha, the queen. Duval, K-Sap, y'all know what time it is. Introducing full-court trio. We up 3-0. This is 3-peat, 3 in a row. It's the full-court trio. We up 3-0. It's the 3-peat, 3 in a row. Let's go.
Yes, yes, yes. You know what time it is, man. It's that time, man. It's Friday night, man. You got the full court trio live in effect. I see y'all pulling up in the chat. Y'all do me a favor. Drop a like on the video once you enter the chat. I see the moderators starting to enter the chat. ADP, Lady Jade, what's up, my sis? We got Proof Golden. We got Brian Lewis. We'll wait for the live to catch up to some people, man. A lot of people don't get the notifications to the live. So we'll give it a minute, for people to get notified to come over to the live. But it's Friday night. What's up, Big Lou? It's Friday night, man. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all here chilling with the full court trio. Once again, man, y'all see the title of the show. WNBA Chaos, Shedeur Sanders, Big Test, Chicago Sky on the block. And then, we got to talk about the dildo. Living the best life, I see you. We got to talk about, the people behind that. You got 2 people that was arrested. We're going to talk about that. But once y'all come in the building, do me a favor. Drop a like on the video. Big Lou, perfect timing. So I see you, Dexter. What's up, Dexter? So if y'all know anybody, man, just reach out to them. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the Full Court Trio is back at it again. I know we did a show on Wednesday that we had the streets talking. So we're going to get it popping tonight. I see you, Van. I see my people starting to come in. But y'all see the title of the show, man. So make sure y'all drop a like, man. Drop a like on the video. Come on, man. Y'all got to drop a like on the video. It's Friday night. I know y'all got y'all's favorite beverage. So y'all go in, get y'all's beverage. Wipe your feet at the door. I see you, Damon Williams. Wipe your feet at the door. Kick back, relax. See you, Kurt Blanco, and let the Full Court Trio do its thing. But without further ado, I'm going to bring my people on stage. You know how we always do. Got to bring my folks on so we can get this thing popping. What's going on, panel? I see you in the building, Keisha. I see you, bro, Claude. I see you, Duval. What's popping?
Nothing popping. What's going on tonight, fellas?
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I see y'all down, yeah. I see y'all.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Hey, man. It's Friday night. I did not just get paid. So there's that. But I am here rocking with
you
y'all.
better have my goddamn check.
So Keisha's basically telling y'all better send them super chats because she need to get paid. Yeah. It's been a long week, man. A lot of interesting things in the news, man. For shits and giggles, you know what I'm saying? We've been putting in a lot of work. We've been making some moves, man. We've been causing a stir. We've been causing a ruckus. You know, we out there. So we in the streets. So I see you, Geechee. So overall, man, how's the week been going, Keisha?
It's been going. I mean, and it's been a long week. I just felt like it took us a long time to get to this Friday. But I am excited because you know your girl loves women's sports, but I am excited that my NFL is back too. So I'm gonna be double booked a lot because I love it all. So yeah, I'm happy to get NFL season off to a good start. Hopefully I can have something to smile about, or I'm gonna be sitting over here, KSAP, looking like bro Claude be looking for Chicago teams. I'm gonna be looking like that for my Saints team, but I still got my LSU teams to kind of balance out my crash out. So I'm good.
Don't be putting me in your soliloquy. What you talking about over there with them Saints? And the Saints choose no one. Of course, y'all.
Shut up. That's why I got my Tigers to soften the blow.
So, bro, Claude, man, how's your week? How's your week been?
Man, it has been a long week, brother. You know, we definitely over here in the Shea Butter Factory doing what we do. Y'all already know, putting those orders out. Thank y'all for ordering. I got a few people that's in the chat that ordered this week, so I appreciate y'all for ordering and supporting my cause and my company. We appreciate everything that y'all do for us, me and my family. And also, man, listen, you got it popping, bro. Like, we was up, you know what I mean, almost 24 hours yesterday into today. You know, I didn't get no rest until after 3 from yesterday. You know, KSAP got some things in order, and Sister Keisha and we, you know what I mean, doing and making moves and putting things together. And then, of course, last night, Players Club was crazy, crazy, crazy. Keisha set it off with the Players Club and then kept my night going on for the rest of the night. Duvall was not there. I know he was going to be there by the bar. It would have really went on extensively. But, you know, my brother is here today, my crash out brother. We going to set it off for y'all as we always do.
Well, before I let Duvall tell you about his week, everybody in the chat, man, y'all keep Duvall and his family in y'all's prayers. Duvall lost a loved one, so y'all keep Duvall and his family in y'all's prayer, but he's going to grace the presence of our stage tonight. And so how's the week been going, Duvall?
First and foremost, thank you, boss man, for your condolence. You in the chat. I truly appreciate that. Like I said again, we all go through tragedy. It's all about us putting everything into perspective and living our life in a positive way, despite whatever tragedy we have in our presence. It's about believing in God and keeping Him first, despite of it all. Because at the end of the day, we will be better people if we have Him as our foundation. Just never forget that.
Mhm.
And for us the week, just to let everybody know that the grind don't stop. Full court trio, we always try to find ways to get product to the audience. So anytime there's breaking news, anytime there's interesting topics, it's up to us to give y'all what y'all need, give y'all information, give y'all our perspective, and most importantly, give the audience our truth. If you don't agree with it, it's up to us to really put our truth out there and make sure that you know that we are being authentic and genuine when it comes to our information and how we feel about anything that graces the full court trio presence. That's what this family, that's what this network stands for. So as far as our week, we always grinding. So at the end of the day, we always try to put our best foot forward when it comes to satisfying this audience and making sure that y'all get everything that y'all deserve when it comes to a organization.
Well said, my brother. Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So that pretty much sums it up for, the panel's week. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro Claude, he spoke for me. I've been on the grind, You know what I'm saying? I've been on the grind, the really grind, just been working, doing some things that a lot of people don't see, but things are paying off. Like me and ADP always say, hey, delayed, not denied. You know what I'm saying? So things are starting to come together, starting to come back full circle. People are picking up on what we're doing over here. Sponsors are reaching out. And before we get the show started, I just want to let y'all know that the Simply Ball Dropping Network as a whole, the Simply Ball Dropping, Full Court Trio, the Players Club, Cut the Ish, Real Talk Sports, and Steady Serving Sports ENT has partnered up with Underdog Fantasy. So Underdog Fantasy is our new sponsor. And with that being said, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Underdog Fantasy is the best way to play fantasy sports. Let me tell you about the simplest way to get in on some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, win you some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and win some serious cash. Use our promo code FCT and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Now that it's football time, follow the Full Court Trio as we share our picks. Like I said, pick your player, choose your amount, win money, make picks, win cash. Thanks, Underdog Fantasy, for the partnership with us, and thank you for using promo code FCT on Underdog Fantasy. Yeah, so with that being said, we have a sponsorship with Underdog, so, things are looking up. So Simply Ball Dropping as a whole, we reaching new heights, man. So the sponsors are coming, knocking on our door. So, that's one thing that we knocked out. So you guys, if anybody plays fantasy sports and anybody's trying to make a little extra cash, man, make sure y'all use our code FCT to get yourself up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you sign up. So with that being said, man, we're going to get this show popping. First off, we're going to talk about the preseason game that we just watched tonight between the Carolina Panthers and the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders was behind the helm, and Shedeur Sanders, I don't think Shedeur Sanders surprised anybody because everybody know what Shedeur Sanders is capable of doing. He just has that grit, man. And I've always said if Shedeur Sanders has time in that pocket, he can make plays because his arm talent is special. He's a special talent. And I think in this situation, I think Cleveland know what they have. And they trying to put Shedeur through a test, and he has passed every test. He has said everything right in the press conference. He has said everything right up to this point. Even the interview that he had when they took him out of the game in the third quarter, he has said everything that you didn't think a guy of his magnitude would say. He's level-headed. He stays even keel. And even though he had an exceptional game tonight, he said that wasn't his best because the interviewer asked him something about your pops is watching, and he said, "Pops, I didn't do what I wanted to do." But with that being said, he's just staying level-headed. But for all y'all out there that watch the game, I'm gonna start with Keisha. What do you think about what you saw out of Shedeur Sanders?
Well, from one thing, what I saw that he's poised under pressure. A lot of times when you see rookies come into the league, they look like they're deer in headlights, but he looked poised to me. He looked like he understood what he was looking at, the defenses they was throwing at him. Now it's just his first game, but I think being a quarterback, being poised is one of your first things you got to have, especially when you see all them big men coming at you at one time. So I think he's handled the off the court stuff beautifully, so that is not affecting his on the field stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have just, had a defeatist attitude going through training camp. But I think he's used to people making him earn it because he is Deion Sanders' son. So a lot of people have doubted him along the way, because I've been watching Shedeur Sanders since high school, because he played out here in Texas. Yep. But so when you're a Hall of Famer son, you used to people saying, oh, the only reason why you here is because of your dad. So I think he's learned how to take that and make it be fuel for him, that he knows when he goes and talks to people, he knows they're looking for him to not be as good as his dad, and also to quote unquote shit on him. So I think it's going to help him throughout this process. His journey shouldn't have went this way, but it might be a blessing in disguise for him, to where he knows, look, everybody is gunning for me not to make it, which is very crazy, because you would think you would want all these kids to make it in their dream. But for some reason, the draft didn't go the way he wanted it to go, I'm pretty sure. But he is not hanging his head. So what I saw out there on the field today was him being poised and commanding his troops, even though he's younger than everybody out there on the field. So that's what I saw.
Yeah, hey, that's a great point. But before we go any further, let me just tell you about Shedeur's stats, man. He was 14 of 23. He had a 61% completion ratio. He had 138 yards through the air. He had 2 touchdowns. The longest pass he threw was a 30-yard pass. He had a quarterback ratio of 107. He had 3 carries for 21 yards. And, you know, they got the W. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters. You get wins. You build up your confidence. He looked comfortable, like Keisha said. But I'll let Bro Claude go, because Bro Claude was watching the game as well. What did you see in Shedeur?
Well, let's get this out the way. You know, he was sacked twice. One was on a blitz, and then the other one was on a misread. Looked like he was going to run, you know, after he didn't see the receiver. But, you know, they caught up to him, and that second sack, he was really, you could see he was felt real upset about that. And he just, you know, when you're that type of child, a guy, young man, that is a perfectionist, he don't want to be sacked. I mean, at all. You know what I mean? He wants games to stay clean, but you know, he's a rookie. So that type of stuff, Shedeur, we know that that happens. That's all a part of football, is to sack the quarterback. So let's get that out the way. But what I saw was one of the most creative young guys that came in the game. You know, shout out to Jake Daniels, of course, but this young man was out there just like he was out there for 12 years. He was out there poised. He looked he looked like he was just in a what they call that, a rhythm with him and his coach. You understand? Actually, they was communicating. It looked really good. The offensive coordinator continued to sit there with him and go over different plays after every time that the turnover or downs happened. So, I mean, he was he wasn't too high. He wasn't too low. He was very poised in what he did. He was, listen, the man is a rookie. The man is a rookie. And he had to go with what you're saying on Google, Brother K-Sap. They got his passing rating 113.9. So to go on that, to give y'all actual fact numbers. And then, of course, 103 yards and 2 touchdowns, saying on 11 completions with 18 attempts. That's the first preseason game. Yeah, it's preseason.
138 yards, Bro Claude.
Yeah, 138. I'm sorry about that, bro. That's a preseason game. We expect to see all the mistakes in the preseason. He looked like he was playing. He looked like he was playing. You know what I mean? The game against the first string defense. That's what you told me.
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah.
Against Carolina.
The first two series, yes.
So the thing is that great reps. I don't see nothing but the ceiling being so high. And the Browns, listen, I'ma always bear down. But my second team officially is with Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. That is my second team overall. So I understand y'all know I like the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is my uncle's team too. But I got to go too with the Cleveland Browns. And just like Angel with the Skies, with some of y'all, I'm with the Cleveland Browns because Shedeur Sanders is there, and I'm gonna continue to cheer that young black man on. I'm done.
They're a bro claw go with all these teams, but hey, the Cleveland Browns, man, they showed the fans showed up in support in Carolina, man. It was so many Shedeur Sanders jerseys, so many people representing the Cleveland Browns. It's almost going to be like the Cleveland Browns is almost going to be like Colorado's first year. It's gonna be a madhouse out there. People are gonna want to get up close to see what this young man is going to do if he gets the opportunity to play early in the regular season. But we'll turn it over to Duvall. I don't know if Duvall watched the game or not, but if you watched the game, and what did you think about Shedeur?
What Shedeur did is assure that either Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett will either get traded or released.
Yeah, that's what I told my son. I think it might be Kenny Pickett.
And the reason being because, yeah, we could talk. Y'all already talked about the game, but I'm gonna talk about something that's deeper than this. Shedeur Sanders have won a game within the game. What I mean by that is, during the draft, they drafted Dylan Gabriel because they were hoping that the owner, Jimmy Haslam, who is a hands-on owner, would not interfere and make them draft another player that they did not want to draft on their roster. So he got drafted to the Cleveland Browns, and they put him in a situation where he didn't get any first team reps all the way up to this week because they was hoping that they could justify cutting him and not allowing him to have opportunity to play for the team and embarrassing him in the process. So what he did tonight was, despite him having to climb an upfield battle based on how the team, the organization, when I'm talking about the coaching staff and the GM, set him up to fail instead of for success, he still passed the test tonight with his stats, with his play. Was it perfect? No. And what in preseason, they do not blitz. In preseason, their schemes are very vanilla. But he has shown enough where he will at least get an opportunity in 2026, 2025, because I'm tell you why this is important. The Cleveland Browns, thanks to my team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, has gotten an additional first round pick because we, as an organization, Jacksonville Jaguars traded up to number 2 to get Travis Hunter, which gave Cleveland Browns the first round pick next year. So that means they got 2 firsts next year. And next year's draft class, the number 1 quarterback that the Cleveland Browns truly want is Arch Manning. That's who they want. That's who they got a relationship with the Manning family. The Haslams and the Mannings have a really good relationship. That's the quarterback they really want. So what they want to do and what they have to do is at some point play Shedeur Sanders this year in the regular season. So if they don't have a good season and he plays and he don't play up to potential, it will give them every reason to move on from him and draft the quarterback that they really want. It's like the Tim Tebow effect. Because Shedeur Sanders has the Black America behind him, they can't just mistreat him and treat him any kind of way and discard him and dismiss him without the backlash of Black America standing up for their young brother who wants to have a fair opportunity to achieve his dream.
Duvall,
yes.
let me say this one thing. And then you continue. Now, you know, Arch Manning has said him and his grandfather, he's not declaring for the draft in 2026. Keep cooking.
But they're hoping that would be the case.
And
if he changes mind after this year, because this will be the first year he's starting. If they are put in a position where they are like at the top of the draft or they're close to the top of the draft and they could get that number one spot and they could convince him to change his mind to come into that draft. That's the person they really want for their organization. So all this is a bigger play in mind. That's basically the main thing I'm saying in this situation. So
Mm-hmm.
Shedeur Sanders did what he had to do to assure himself that he had the opportunity to play NFL football in 2025 for the Cleveland Browns. Because if he would have had a poor preseason debut for the Cleveland Browns, that would have justified them moving on from him as a player without them being the organization being looked at as racist or any other negative derogatory name from Black America because of their mistreatment of this young brother. Because we see the game within the game. That's all I have to say.
I
Yeah,
agree.
that's all facts, Duval. And another thing that you pointed out, the last statement that you said about him starting the night, if he would have had a poor showing, that would have justified them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now this organization, after this game, now you got to think, going back into practice, is he going to start getting first team reps? Is he moving up the depth chart? Because this organization got to take a long look at the things that Shedeur Sanders did tonight. Poised as he was, as comfortable as he was, I think he missed only probably 2 throws. That one on that second drive when he had the running back coming out, he just overshot him a little bit. I never saw him, miss a throw like that in college. But at the same time, after that, when they got that punt, when they got the fumbled punt, and he scored his first touchdown, it's the ball placement for me with Shedeur Sanders. He got excellent ball placement. And everybody said that he didn't have the NFL arm talent. Man, like Bro Claw say, I beg to differ.
Right.
But Keisha got some clips that she's going to run. Go ahead and show the highlights, Keisha.
All right, hold on. This is his first touchdown. I guess it's going to do it.
Off the play fake, Shedeur Sanders into the traffic. And it is brought in for a touchdown by Caden Davis. Tip your hat, very nice throw by Shedeur Sanders.
Now, he threw that.
That ball placement, excellent.
That ball
placement.
had to be in the right place at the right time because them defenders,
they was bearing down on him.
They
man.
was bearing down on that
ball.
receiver.
He
Yeah.
threw the perfect ball.
All right, here we go to the second one.
Sanders, and it's caught for a
Another one
touchdown.
with ball placement.
Caden.
Yeah.
I'll show
Now
you
he's
the
getting an
time.
opportunity. There's the blitz.
Look at that.
The blitz is picked up. Look where that receiver is.
Yeah, he threw it only where that receiver could catch it. Right down there as the receiver was falling down, put it right in his chest.
And here's him scrambling. I know a lot of people don't think he's athletic, but I just thought this play was funny.
Escaping, running, and slides.
Oh yeah, that one right there. I like that. That first down. When he, did he wanted to do the full door, but he kind of toned it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, look,
Toned it
no, I
down
don't
a
want.
little bit. Right.
Yeah.
Look, he toned it down a little bit.
Running and slides for a first down.
And then this play is it's a good one too.
Sanders moving the pocket.
Oh yeah, that one hand catch. That was a perfect throw.
With one hand.
Look at the placement of that ball.
Yeah, and like I said, Dexter, I'm glad you pointed that because Shedeur was playing with the second string offensive line going up against Carolina's first string defense for the first 2 possessions. And look how he made out. And like Bro Claw said about that sack, that one sack, he got mad at his offensive line and he got mad at his receiver when he jumped up when he took his helmet off. He got mad, and that's the maturity and the poise that you want to see as a quarterback. Do you have control of your troops? Do you have control of your linemen? Do you have control of your the whole offensive set, right? But one thing that Shedeur they got to learn from it. I think this is as a team, like them illegal procedure penalties. That's something Shedeur got to get a rap on his players. Like, are y'all lined up in the right position? Are y'all set? That's something that Shedeur got to communicate with them because you don't want to see drives get stalled by penalties. But that one drive got stalled by a penalty, but then he made that 30-yard throw from the end zone. He made a perfect throw on the dig route. So, man, Shedeur, you know, I wasn't surprised. I know what Shedeur is capable of doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think he's gonna end up making them eat their words, but I don't know why. I don't even know why the kid had to go through all of that. To be honest with you,
I think they put him through a test, man.
No,
Sometimes the Lord give the battle to the strongest soldiers, man. And he just proved, man, that he passed every test. Like Duvall said in his soliloquy. You know, they try to sabotage this dude from the start, man. But he answered everything professionally. He didn't get too cocky. When they was asking about the first team reps, he said that's out of his control. He just wants to get an opportunity. And, you know, with his opportunity, man, you know, he's making the best of it, man. And like he said in the interview tonight, he said when that opportunity comes again, he don't make the same mistake twice. Yeah. So if y'all listen to what he's saying, if y'all think he had a good or great preseason game tonight, wait till he gets his next opportunity.
Because
tough. You know, his mistakes that we think was okay, but as a quarterback, you know, I got to be perfect. And I think that's what Shedeur preaches. He wants to be perfect. He knows what it takes to be a quarterback. So he knows the mistakes he made. And if he fixed them mistakes, man, it's crazy.
Yeah. Off of what Keisha said in the Holy Quran, it says struggle is ordained for the righteous. That means that the struggle is, you know what I mean? The God put you, the ones that he anoints and give talent to, it's ordained for you to go through struggle. You know what I mean? And he's really taking it upon himself to say, okay, the world is against me already as a black man. But this organization and this league was against me of just being my purpose. And I'm going to show y'all my purpose and legendary. I did it for you, Shedeur. Legendary. And that's what he is. And I don't expect nothing less from this young man. He is. What's up, Brass? I know you happy. He is a purpose, and he's an example right now, KSAP, for all the youngins that come in his way or even worse. He's an example of what you have to do in the trials and tribulations that you go under, him and Angel. The trials and tribulations that you go through, you have to work through it, pay it no mind, and be keyed and focused in on what the goal is and the accomplishment is, and that is to be a superstar, a megastar, which he already is legendary to be.
Don't let the world fool you. Don't let the organization or the Cleveland Browns fool you. That was a owner's pick when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. That wasn't the coach pick. That wasn't the VP Barry pick. That was the owner's pick. I know he said publicly that he had nothing to do with it. That's a lie. That was the owner's pick. He have a history of picking players that the coaching staff do not want. And so they tried to set it up in a way where if Shedeur Sanders wouldn't succeed, they could justify cutting him. And because he passed the test tonight, they have no choice but to play him in the regular season at some point to give him an opportunity without the organization being looked at as racist or sabotaging that man's career. So I'm glad Shedeur did what he had done tonight. I hope he continues to study his playbook and keep himself humble, and most importantly, display that leadership that allows him to be ingratiated with his teammates, because the coaching staff is not rooting for him to succeed. They are rooting for him to fail. And so he has an uphill battle, but at the end of the day, if his talent is what we think it is, it will stand out. It will overcome dysfunction.
So you saying that you saying the reversal, the vice versa of what I thought. You saying that the coaches staff don't want Shedeur. It's the owner that want him. Well, I thought it was the coaches that actually wanted to work with him.
Hell no. Them coaches don't want him. Watch that draft video. Watch how
Mm,
mad as hell they looked.
yeah.
They did not want him.
The
That's
offensive
the owner's pick. The owner thought. See, this is what y'all got to understand when it comes to owners. They don't look at just X's and O's. They look at dollars.
oh yeah.
And Shedeur Sanders represents dollars. And he represents, if he's successful, he could wipe a shine off a bad organization that have a bad reputation.
Yeah.
That's what the owners want. That's what Chicago Sky are currently dealing with. So we ain't gonna talk about that right now, but that owner wanted Shedeur Sanders. It wasn't the coaching staff. It wasn't Barry. Like I said, you can watch that draft video. They were mad as hell. You'll think that one of their daughters got slept with, and they found that. That
And
wasn't.
and my
That wasn't
question is to you, Duval, as a coach, say you don't want a said player like you said, why wouldn't you want the best talent so you could be successful? And that's my first question. And the second part to that question is, as an owner, why would you keep coaches that don't recognize talent?
Couple reasons. The coaches, even though they don't want them, reason why the owner will want them instead. Is that what you're asking, right? Or repeat that. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm asking because I do remember the video of that draft room. It was very telling. They didn't look happy. So, but I'm trying to figure out, why would the coaches not want the best talent available? And then if they don't want the best talent that's available, why would the owners continue with a coaching staff that don't know how to evaluate talent?
Couple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Insecurity. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. If Shedeur Sanders is successful, what they coaching staff is fear of is one, somebody bigger than the program.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always go back to Sherry Reed should be fired. Because she ain't want somebody like Angel Reese bigger than the program.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like that. The coach like to be the program. They like to be the system. They like to be the voice, the stun, and everybody else, the moon and everything else. They don't want something that's bigger than them, especially coming out the gate. Secondly, the coach and staff biggest fear is who is his dad, Dion. His
Mm-hmm.
dad coach. Well, if his dad after this year said, I did all I could do at Colorado. Let me now go to Cleveland. Now their jobs is on the line. Now they got to get the hell up out of there. And somebody like Kevin Stefanski, who is a two-time coach of the year, he don't want to be replaced like that because somebody that they didn't want got to replace them because of who their dad is. And so when it comes to the owners would keep a coaching staff that don't want a player, that's because the owner is dysfunctional. They've been wallowing in dysfunction when it comes to the Cleveland Browns over decades. It's the same owner that wanted Johnny Manziel and made the coaching staff, Ray Farmer, the GM, and the coach at the time, drafted Johnny Manziel when they clearly ain't want him. This owner got a history of doing this. And so it's not that this ownership think that Kevin Stefanski and his staff is not good at drafting talent. They knew how good Shedeur Sanders is as a talent. They just ain't want him because they ain't want the other stuff. So that it wasn't a talent evaluation that they missed on Shedeur Sanders with. It was a political play that they didn't want to deal with because who his dad is, and they're afraid his dad will eventually replace that coaching staff because who his dad is and what dollars would that dad bring to the organization because they know how that owner is when it comes to marketing, money, and notoriety. That's why they signed Deshaun Watson to a fully guaranteed deal, even though nobody in the NFL was going to sign Deshaun Watson to a deal like that, especially with all those
Yeah,
lawsuits.
that he had going on at the time. Yeah.
The owner has a history of doing things for money and notoriety and relevancy instead of making the best football decisions. That's who Jim Lee Haslem is. That's who they have to work for. I mean, the coaching staff of the Cleveland Browns working for a owner like that, so they know who they're dealing with. That's why
Hmm.
they tried to draft Dylan Gabriel in the third round, hoping that Shedeur Sanders will get drafted between the third and the fourth round, so they could justify, hey, we had already drafted somebody, we didn't need to draft him. But when he was still on the board in the fifth round, the owner's like, it don't make no sense. He's still there, and we don't pick him up. I don't care if we draft somebody in the third round. I still want this guy. That's all it was. All this is a political play. And
I
so,
got you.
because it's a political play, there's a power struggle within the organization. That's why the organization is dysfunctional, and it's going to keep being dysfunctional until everybody comes in line and have the same vision and be on the same page as the organization. Until then, they will always have situations like this where they look incompetent, stupid, and most importantly, childish and clownish as a franchise.
I
And see,
got you, my brother.
the crazy thing about it is what Duvall said. You know, the organization is dysfunctional, right?
Hmm.
But a guy like Shedeur Sanders, the talent that he has, and the way he's so special, if you give him an opportunity, he gonna make that coaching staff look bad because he's that talented. You put
Hmm.
him out there in any situation, he gonna figure it out. And leading up to this game, there was a lot of mainstream media talking about by starting Shedeur Sanders tonight, they setting him up to fail because
I saw it.
they knew what it was. They knew that their first string offensive line was not playing. They had second stringers in there that are trying to make the team. But then you go up against Carolina's first string defense. But they bolted well. He figured it out. He only got sacked twice. And the crazy thing about it is that's how talented this Shedeur is, because now the organization really got to look like, man, this kid is special.
Hmm.
Like now they got to do some soul searching now. They got to figure out what they're going to do. And like Duvall said when he started out, when we first talked about it, about the depth chart, you brought in Huntley, right? You brought in Huntley because knowing that Joe Flacco wasn't going to play. Now y'all saying that Dylan Gabriel got a hamstring injury. How true is that? Then you held Shedeur out of practice the other day, talking about he had arm soreness. I thought that was diabolical. You know what I'm saying? It's everything that's leading up to what's going on with Shedeur, and he has passed every test. That's how talented Shedeur is. You put him in a situation tonight, they didn't think that he was going to get his feet wet tonight. And he came out there confident. And what I like about Shedeur, and I think the relationship he's building with Ajoku and Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett knows what he sees in Shedeur. And Myles Garrett has been vouching for him. And if you look at everything that's happened in training camp leading up to now, Shedeur Sanders ain't thrown no picks, regardless of where the reps he's getting. He's making plays. He's leading the Browns organization in training camp with the most touchdowns. You see what I'm saying? So you're looking at some of the footage that you're showing to Dylan Gabriel, and then now you got to wonder if that was Shedeur Sanders playing like Dylan Gabriel in training camp, he'd have been going. It'd have been bad. But now you saying that Dylan Gabriel got a hamstring injury. Kenny Pickett, like I said, I think Kenny Pickett might be the one that's asked out. I think Kenny Pickett might get released, even though Kenny Pickett is a serviceable backup and he's a good quarterback for that situation.
Came from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying to myself, because I think Joe Flacco going into the year, Joe Flacco might be the starter.
Yeah.
But then you got to think, They got Shedeur 5th on the depth chart. But after the night, you got to go back to the war room and you got to think like, hold up.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, we try to set this guy up for failure, but he passed the test.
Well, what they tried to do was validate why they took him in the 5th round.
No, I don't think it was no validation. I think it's like Duvall said with the owner, that like Duvall's trying to, let people know that was the owner's pick. Even though he came out publicly and said all the bullshit that he said, you got to look at it. I look at the war room when they drafted him, the coaching staff, it wasn't no hand clapping, it wasn't nothing. It was like sour faces. Like, I can't believe we just drafted this dude. But that's how talented Shedeur is. You put him in a situation where you didn't think it was going to bode well for him. But once again, he rose above. And it's just, it's crazy because that's how talented Shedeur Sanders is.
And this is the biggest picture of the whole situation. If Shedeur Sanders played well, Shedeur Sanders now the boss. That's what they don't want. Now, especially with his dad, he already know y'all tried to screw him. Now he gonna really put screws to the organization. Now I want you to get this player that I want. Now I want you to fire this person. I want you to fire that person. Or y'all don't want to do that, we'll sit out. And see, Deion don't mind being vocal because Deion got friends in the business. He got friends in the media, Rich Eisen, many others, Dan Patrick.
He came from the NFL Network. So, Deion know what's going on because I didn't mean to cut you off the ball, but you heard what Deion said before the game. He said Shedeur he's not like no other. He approached this game as if this was a Super Bowl game. He didn't approach this game as a preseason game like anybody else would have did. Shedeur meant business. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said that's when his talent outweighs a lot of these. You look at some of these quarterbacks. You look when they put Hundley in. Hundley was just running for his life. It wasn't no fluidity in what he was doing.
Well, it sounds like we got something deeper going on because for most teams, the quarterbacks do run the team. So what Duvall was just saying, they didn't want him to run the team. Well, most quarterbacks run the team. So this is letting me know, this is what I'm hearing is the Cleveland Browns don't want Shedeur Sanders to be their face because most quarterbacks are the face of their team.
No, the owner wants him to be the face. The coaching staff don't. Because like I said again, if Shedeur Sanders plays well, he's the boss now. He determines things that day forward.
Who come in, who come out.
Not only that, now his dad determines things. Now his dad get to tell them, hey, I want you to fire this person. I want you to hire this person. Shedeur want to play with this person. Go get him. They don't like things being dictated to. Now the owner don't mind because, like I said again, the owner just see dollars. Whatever how those tickets getting sold, how those jerseys getting sold, how those market ship on dollars goes up.
Right.
That's the only thing the owner care about. But when it comes to the coaching staff and stuff, they don't want football decisions to be dictated to. But if Shedeur Sanders is playing well, now that's not the case. Just Shedeur Sanders be the person that get to dictate football moves going forward, him and his dad.
I get it. But as a coach, if you don't want the best talent out of your quarterback room in a quarterback-driven league, then you setting your own self up for failure.
That's how dysfunctional
as a coach.
Cleveland is. That's how dysfunctional Cleveland is, Keisha.
How dysfunctional it is.
And you got to look at it. Look at the big picture. I know Shedeur Sanders, after the night's game, he has gained a lot of respect in that locker room.
Do you think it's from the staff?
I'm from the players. Now, when the players start being vocal, if you saw Shedeur's engagement as he was walking up and down the sideline with everybody. Now, when you gain that respect from your teammates and you go in that locker room and you have command of that locker room, that changes everything. Because now you saw what Shedeur brings to the table. Now, if Dylan Gabriel gets his chance, let's see what he does. Because, a lot of people will perform for certain people. but then a lot of people don't have a lot of people's back in their best entrance.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. Shedeur gained a lot tonight.
Yeah,
He gained a lot.
Listen, guys, listen.
but I understand what y'all saying. The owner is dysfunctional too.
This team has not won a championship since 1964. That's 60 years ago. That's 60 years ago. The last this team had any glory. Jim Brown. This team has been for a lifetime of human beings. So you have this type of history with each other. Of course, a racial culture, a racist culture, because it's in Ohio. So don't forget it. It's in Ohio. So the thing is that this team prominence in filling up the seats and doing what Caleb Williams will be doing here in Chicago, what Angel Reese is doing here in Chicago, and what Caitlin Clark is doing in Indiana, Shedeur Sanders is that one for football right now.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, that's why I bring that back. To be honest with you, for the coaching staff to not understand the big picture, just I couldn't be their owner because you have to get away from me.
Keisha, you missing the big picture. It's
I
not
get-
that the owners. It's not that the coaching staff don't understand. They fear that if he's successful, now his dad get to be the coach.
You missing what I'm saying. If you are that insecure, you can't coach for me.
Well, a lot of those coaches was that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's part of the reason why he fell in the draft. A lot of those coaches were that insecure.
I get
A lot
it.
of those coaches was that fearful of Dion taking their job as head coaches. That's the reports. That's why
And
he
if
failed.
they are like that, they wouldn't work for me.
Well, there'll be a lot of coaches unemployed.
That's fine.
I'm
I
telling
only
you that
need
right now.
one who got some balls to coach a superstar.
There'll be a lot of coaches that's unemployed because
You
a
know,
lot of those coaches.
because it's apparent that 30 years, 60 years, bro, Claude, of mediocrity is not the way to go.
60 years of mediocrity.
Yeah, but yeah, salute to Shedeur Sanders for doing what he did tonight. He balled out. You know, you got to put some respect on him, man. It's legendary. It all started tonight, man. Like I said, he gained respect in the locker room, and some of these commentators, man, they couldn't even believe what they were seeing because some of these commentators probably didn't believe that Shedeur Sanders could do what he did.
Really? Because you know, I watch it without the sound sometimes because I don't like hearing some of the silly stuff they say.
Yeah. Nah, they was they was giving him his kudos. They was some of the reads, some of the poise he was back there, the ball placement, you know, the tight spiral on the ball and the command. That's what they was looking at. That was the stuff in the game within the game that they was looking at. You know what I'm saying? And even his scrambling ability, even when he got out and ran that 16-yard, you know, run, they said he showed speed on that because, you know, they said he didn't show that kind of speed at Colorado, but all of a sudden, you know, he turned it up tonight. But, you know, kudos to Shedeur.
Look, that's why I was telling the ball. That's why I'm so emphatic about it, is because my Saints, you know, ran around there like fools, and I'm gonna get clowned forever by Bro Claude because of this.
Well, guess what, y'all? You know why Sister Keisha is saying what she's saying? Because she keep talking about Caleb Williams and all of these different things about Chicago and the nail polish. Yeah, but I'm saying, but y'all know what though? K-Sap, y'all know what? All I'm saying is this. And the Saints pick no one.
All right. And just like that, we're gonna move on from there. We're gonna change the subject.
Yeah,
Now,
snap.
we got a lot of things that's been going on in. What's up, my man? 6'8" Aquarius. How you doing, my brother? Appreciate you tuning in. We got a lot of things that's happening in the WNBA, man, and we got to talk about it. I know y'all want to talk some WNBA, man, but we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about. I don't even want to. I'll let Keisha take over this part of the show because if I talk about it, I get in trouble. So we're gonna let Keisha address the next subject because we talked about it and we got slammed for it. Me, Bro Claude, and the ball got slammed for it. So I'm gonna fall back and let Keisha ease her way into this topic. Take it away, Sister Keisha.
Well, y'all know we've been plagued by the green monster and in the WNBA, but there have been some arrests. An 18-year-old man who was arrested in Phoenix struck a man and his 9-year-old niece with a green dildo. This is him showing up in court. He claimed it was a stupid prank he saw online and he wanted to get in on the trend. He is getting he's got assault charges, disorderly conduct, and something else. That's what's going on with him. So they caught the first guy. He's only 18 and he didn't got himself into a world of trouble. On top of that, they just caught this other man too. Delbert Carver faces counts of disorderly conduct, public indecency, indecent exposure, and criminal trespass for him throwing dildos on the court. There have also been some reports, y'all, that there's a cryptocurrency group that put out this challenge online to have people go and do these pranks. That's just allegedly. I saw that online, but it seemed like when it first started happening, it seemed like it was like coordinated because it was happening in different cities. At first, we thought it was just a Valkyries thing because it was always a Valkyries game. But no, apparently these guys have heard about a challenge online. I guess thinking it was some kind of trend and they wouldn't get in trouble for it, but they are getting arrested because they keep doing it. At this point, yep, you're right, Dexter Fuqua. They'll do anything for clout. But going into these games, y'all, these people is buying this stuff online, putting it in their pants. I said it because I don't know no other place a man gonna put a dildo and get it into the arena when there's a clear black policy. So they were trying to, I guess, embarrass the ladies, and they thought it was gonna be funny. But here come the police. Guys, do you think they'll really get real time? Or do you think, like this 18-year-old guy, it's gonna be just a slap on the wrist and move on with it?
Man, they could, assault charges. You know what I'm saying? But the word on the street, somebody said that Sophie Cunningham got their bail money. So that's just allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said Sophie Cunningham will bail them out. She don't mind get hit by the green machine. But if you're looking at it, when you hitting somebody, that's assault.
Yes.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know the structure of the thing. I don't even want to say this. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's hard plastic or what, but that could really hurt somebody. And to hit somebody 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what the outcome is. No shit, brain damage. You know, I'm milking this. I'm going to the hospital talking about, look, I'm having nightmares of you know what I'm saying? But Guys, I want to show y'all something. Then I'm gonna stand back. I'm gonna let Bro Claude and Duvall get into this, but I will show you this, man. This is
No.
this is the new mascot of the WNBA. Well, what are we doing here?
Who made this?
Like, how you showing up to the arena like that? And then also, I know y'all saw what else is floating online. Somebody took a what are them little things that hover over? You know, what are them things? What are they called? What are them things that they sent out? Them trons? What are them things called? Them little flying things?
Shit.
Chad, help me out.
Yeah.
What are the things that they fly around to take pictures?
Shit.
Damn, I done lost them. Come on,
I
Duvall,
know
help us out.
I know what you're talking about. That
Drones.
Yeah, the drones.
Mhm.
Somebody then the drone. Yeah, thank you, Duvall. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Lady J, Marcus Harold. But somebody before the game started, when the first incident happened, somebody flew a drone over the stadium, and this is what they captured. This is over a WNBA stadium. Like, how diabolical is that, man? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I can't make this stuff up, man. This is over a WNBA stadium. A drone captured that.
Oh shit! I'm trying not to laugh.
I mean, this is serious, man. Because, like Keisha said, if people or organizations are putting stuff together like this,
oh hell no,
this is crazy.
Like, why?
Like, why would the drone catching stuff like this, man? So this stuff is becoming serious, man. So the charges that they're rendered, you know, you got to look at it and think that, man, you can get, you know, I give you 30 to 90 days if convicted. Give me 30 or 90 days.
You gonna give them 30, 90 days, even though they disrupting a professional game?
Yeah. Go into the joint and you can experience the real thing. Because that's what you're gonna get when you go into the joint.
Yeah. How do you go into jail and they ask you what are you here for?
Oh,
what you gonna say?
Well, you know, a lifetime ban or something like that. But yeah, it's diabolical. But you know, I will get off of there. Shout out to the 6'8" Aquarius for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
He said, let's be real, the Green Glizzy is the WNBA MVP. They're diabolical. But I'll rest. I'll let Duvall go.
I would say this. This is sexual harassment at its finest.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're only doing this because it's a predominantly black sport and they asking for more money. So this is the lack of respect these childish behind men are showing these women because they had the audacity to want more money for what they brought to the WNBA. Because they couldn't do this if it was women's women. They wouldn't do this if it was women gymnastics. They wouldn't do this if it was women volleyball. Because those are predominantly white women's sports. They would not allow this to be tolerated. But they allowed this to be tolerated because it's a predominantly black sport and they wanted to dehumanize and demean the black women because they had the audacity to ask for $1. But if I was those black women in those arenas, those black players on those teams, what I would start doing, I would start having class action lawsuits to sue the security companies that patrol the people that come into these games at every arena. And I guarantee you, if you start doing that, they'll start beefing up security. They'll start doing more measures. They'll start, checking people down like they're at the airport trying to sneak in something. I think they'll start taking this stuff more seriously if they start putting more things in place. If these players start to have class action lawsuits because of the sexual harassment they start to deal with at their own workplace, they are not safe to go to work when they got stuff like this getting thrown at them on the court. They are not safe when emotionally they are being disrespected and their sexuality is being, highlighted because these men are being too immature and too disrespectful for their viewing pleasure. These women need to take charge. These women need to start suing these security companies that are in charge of patting down these people before they come to the game. If you got to pat down their private parts to make sure that they got real, real or fake, dildos, that they need to do that's possible for this to stop. Because, like I said, if it was any other sport that's predominantly Caucasian, this would not happen. They would be have shut this down. And I just do not like that these women are being disrespected like this because they want more money. And so these Caucasian men predominantly are thinking that it's okay for these women to be harassed and disrespected because of the fact that they feel like they deserve more than the pennies that they want these women to get. And that's not right. Because I guarantee you, if those dildos hit Caitlin Clark, this will be a different conversation. All of a sudden, they'll have Donald Trump want to get everybody involved. They'll want to have Donald Trump to put the what's it called, the task force and the U.S. Marshals and what I'm saying, the FBI. They'll want
Investigation.
CSI. They'll want all that to be involved. If Caitlin Clark would got hit with one of those dildos, but because those black women got hit with,
Violating their civil rights, huh?
yes,
Mhm.
And
all
that's
that.
what they're gonna do.
All that. They'll want Al Sharpton and what I'm saying, the corpse of Jesse Jackson and everybody else to be protesting if she would have got hit with one of those dildos. But because African American women getting targeted with those dildos, it's all of a sudden it's okay. It's a hee hee ha ha. But no, this is not cool. This is childish. This is stupid. This is wrong. And at the end of the day, these women need to take action. These women need to start suing these arenas with these security companies, because if they start doing that, this stuff will stop. Because these things cannot be tolerated, because these women should not be harassed at work when they're just trying to play basketball. That's all.
Hmm. And look, I thought we wanted to have a family oriented society. I thought this kind of stuff would be condemned,
Mhm.
you know, based on our American values.
That's why it's hard to take. I heard somebody on somebody's podcast. He said he's been a lifelong WNBA attendee with his kids, and he said what everything that's going on in these arenas, it's hard to take his kid there to enjoy the game because of things that they hear in the stands, the racial remarks and things like that. Now you got flying objects. You don't know, hey, you might as well go to the game with a hard hat. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
like Duvall said, man, this is serious, man. And like I said, I did joke around a little bit, but I said, nah, this is serious, man, because you get hit with one of them things in the right spot, man, you can cause some serious damage, man, especially when it's coming high from the rafters and it's picking up its velocity as it's going down, and you get hit in the right place, it's Kirkatoka. You out.
KSAP, shut up.
I
I get
mean,
I get case in point. This going back to the NFL days. Do you know how they throw
the
the
flag,
NFL
when old boy
flag?
got hit in the eye.
Orlando Brown
Yeah.
got hit in the eye.
Mhm.
Was a
I remember
perennial
that.
Pro Bowler. His
Yep.
career got cut short. He couldn't see after he got hit with eye. And I don't think the ref was trying to do is throw the flag. He threw the flag too hard and too high. Hit him
Yep.
in the eye, lost his sight, couldn't see sense, and cut his life short.
Yeah, and he wasn't that far. He wasn't that far from him when he threw the flag. So just imagine something flying out and it's picking up steam as it's coming down. And if them things is as hard as people say they are,
Imagine if it hit a kid and it
that's what I'm
had
Well,
thrown
saying.
that high in the head. And then that really be a lawsuit. That's what I'm saying. This is not funny. These
It
people,
did hit a kid.
Hit that 9-year-old.
yeah,
but
hit a
I'm
9-year.
saying I think the one that hit the kid was like closer. I'm talking the one that coming from the upper deck
Yeah.
and it's hard like that and hit a kid in the head. That could kill a kid.
Mhm. All I know is What kind of security measures could
They got to beef
put?
up security, like Duvall said, almost like the
Mhm.
airport, man. If you got to shake them down, you got to shake them down.
And
Empty
a
your
lot of
pockets.
these arenas, they just, you put your little phone in that little
Yeah,
bowl and you just walk on
just
through.
go and walk on through.
Yeah, they ain't. But in their defense, I ain't trying to defend them. That little wand they got ain't gonna find no dildo.
That's what I'm saying. But you got to go through that screen like in the airport where you got to put your hands up like
Yeah.
this and it scan your whole body and it can tell you what's, that ain't right. That ain't supposed to be there. Let me put my gloves on. Let me feel what you got.
So they expect us to believe in the league where we got people throwing dildos on the floor, that they ain't got people in the stands cussing, saying racial epithets or saying sexist remarks to these ladies as they walk. They want us to believe that the dildo bandits are some kind of little crazy cult, and the rest of America don't be saying all kind of crazy stuff in the stands, huh?
Okay.
This is an isolated incident with the dildo bandits.
We gonna hurry up and get up off of this, but
Bro Clark can't take it.
approximately 38% of the WNBA players, approximately 38% of the WNBA players publicly identified with the LGBTQ plus community, primarily as lesbians. This figure is based on players who have made public statements about their sexuality. It's important to note that this is a self-identified percentage, and the actual number could be higher, as not all players publicly disclose their sexuality. So I wanted to go over the number because people are lying, talking about it's 70% gay. I came with the facts because that's what I like to do with any subject before I go in. I'm a funny cat, so is it humorous the way y'all describing that shit? Hell yeah, it's humorous. To think that an individual could have in his head, I'm gonna go grab me a couple dildos off the shelf and then throw them and chuck them at the goddamn game. That is like, what are you thinking about? But what's not humorous is the disgusting disgrace of trying to throw it at young women that is on the court to try to establish themselves seriously as a league of pure and talented people. Also, the product that is put out there by the organization, they're trying to show that it is a serious league for people to come and enjoy themselves, to have fun, to ooh and ah and say ah, ooh, but not to be hit with a flying object that somebody thought it was humorous to go and badger 38% of the community that does play basketball. So for them to do that type of thing, I said it on my show. What is this, a trend? The very first time, y'all go check it out on Steady Serve ENT. I said, what is this? Is this a trend? The first time it was thrown and it became a trend. You now have multiple games where this has been happening, and these people must be charged. I said that on my video. They must be charged with the highest charge that you can give them to prevent these type of actions. But they also, what me and KSAP talked about previously during the first time with me, KSAP and Duvall, they're doing that to set upon a statement of, you can't take the WNBA serious. This is not a serious league. There's a bunch of women that got basketball that's running around here with boobies and booty, and they playing and touching and licking on themselves and all the above. You got what I'm saying? So they're not trying to take, they're trying to take the actual global iconic thing that's going on. They trying to take it to a clown show, and it's not. You know what I mean? It's not, and it's really shameful. Whoever fathered that son or those sons, they should beat the hell out of him. I don't give a damn what age they is. They should get the hell beat out of them. And then of course they going, hey, you going to jail and you finna be around some convicts. They ain't gonna put them in the max. They gonna put them in the minimal. They'll be in the, because of the charge, it's a minimal charge. They gonna put them in minimal security and they gonna have a way with them. So I'm done.
And also, they said the sale of dildos is going up too.
I bet it is.
That's the crazy thing about it is the dildo.
Because we got a lot of sick people in this world.
And I agree with Marvin Jackson. No man should be going buying no dildos. So way he put the comment out there, it's always an accomplishment with certain people. You know what I'm saying? So like, how are they?
I think they're doing it online because to watch a man walk into a sex store and buy a dildo.
Yeah,
I think they might be getting it all online.
Well, and to be that's what I said. The dildo sales is going up.
And I'm going conspiracy theory. I think somebody got these guys together.
But in different locations, though, Keisha.
I get that, but just like we talk online, I think it was a call out to people. Hey, do you want to do this? This is what we need to do. Do you want to be a part of this? We want to discredit the WNBA, and we can do that and make a statement, you know. And they got.
Why green though? What's green symbolize?
Because the neon green is gonna stand out. The cameras can catch it.
I mean, a dildo is a dildo.
No, they don't want one that can't be picked up with the camera.
Somebody, they said it was light blue, wasn't it?
No, they threw a purple one yesterday.
It was purple.
Yeah, they threw a purple one yesterday.
Chicago Sky.
Yeah,
at the end of the game.
But I think this is coordinated. I don't think
somebody
these
said
are isolated incidents.
Supposed to represent money.
Yeah.
Like I say, this is coordinated. Okay. Somebody is behind this. Using these guys as scapegoats because they stupid enough to be a scapegoat.
Because I want to put something back up there. Because this person right there don't look like this type of person that's going to go to a WNBA game to watch a WNBA game.
No. It might have been his first game he went to, and he went to that game specifically to do that.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It's still sexual harassment.
Yeah, it is. I mean, any way you look at it.
But what I'm saying is,
you got something involved with toys like that are sexually explicit, it is sexual harassment.
And look, I get it. I just don't want us to lose the focus of these guys are gonna get arrested, but the real people behind it, they're not gonna get arrested.
No, if they, I'm bringing up a point Duvall made. If they start investigating this on a federal level, they're gonna track everything,
and they need to.
And you're gonna find, because that's almost like, you know, when you got their murder for hires, it's always somebody behind it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a dummy. I'm just a fall guy. I'm just executing the plan. I'm just carrying out the plan. So in this situation, like Keisha said, there got to be some truth to that. It's somebody behind this, and they saying, "Hey, you want to go to a WNBA game? You want to make yourself famous? This is all you need to do. Sneak this old green thing up in there, and try to find a way to throw it down on the court." Yeah.
This is why I say these women need to sue, because this need to stop. Because if it don't stop, and the people that think this is okay, what happens if in the NBA game all of a sudden people start throwing banana peels on the court, representing monkey? Now, or in the NFL, all of a sudden they start throwing watermelons, or they start throwing fried chicken.
It's a copycat. It's just copycats out there.
So
They say somebody made 50,000 on a parlay.
Because now it's becoming a betting thing. I bet you somebody throw a dildo.
and so that's what I'm saying. If they don't stop this now, those races gonna get even more bolder and start throwing more racist stuff to display their displeasure about certain demographics or certain situations. It's no different than what they do in soccer, because they do that in soccer too overseas. They throw stuff on the court, they throw stuff on the pitch, what they call pitch in soccer. You know what I'm saying? They throw bananas and stuff like that to show their displeasure for black people. This needs to stop because it's not doing it. This is not happening in volleyball. This is not happening in swimming. This is not happening in gymnastics. They have more respect for those women when it comes to their sport. They're not disrespecting them in that way. And they're not doing this in soccer, women's soccer, but they're doing it in WNBA. And this is why I think it's more racial, and this need to end, and these women need to sue. They need to sue these security companies, so these security companies could force the WNBA to put more measures in place to spend more money on security devices. Even that means people taking longer to get into the games to assure these women safety and peace of mind.
And it's not just racism, it's sexism. Some of these guys just don't like the fact that women are playing basketball.
Right. To push back on that though, what I would say, Duvall, you know, on the security measures, you know, I got 8 daughters. I don't want no, because of the way the society is, and we just read a percentage, and some people we know that it's even in that percentage, it's a small percentage of those security people that are sick, because it don't matter because you're a security person, you don't have that type of mind, or you don't fondle people or touch people. There's been many security businesses that I know that lost their job because they had a personnel on there that was with the community, or that just was a sicko touching up people. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't want you to touch up my granddaughter and trying to check my granddaughter like that. So a certain way of procedures that they have to have on that, but not patting no people down. No, I ain't with that part. But I would say that the purses, the bags, they got to continue to be checked. And then, of course, we just know that this.
Oh, Claude, that's the thing.
Oh.
Bags are clear.
Yeah, but
so the only way you're gonna find that thing is a pat down.
No, ain't no.
That thing is not in a. What I'm trying to explain to you, that thing is not in a bag, because if that thing was in a clear bag, it would be completely noticeable.
Listen, I'm gonna just leave it.
I agree.
I ain't gonna get myself in trouble. I'm not gonna go too far. I'm just saying I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want somebody to be patting me down. I don't want to be patting me down.
I get it, but what I'm trying to explain to you is nobody's bringing in a dildo in a clear bag.
Yeah, no, I understand that. No,
so that means that thing. That means that monster.
Yeah.
That means that monster is somewhere under somebody's clothing. That's all I'm saying.
Right. So I'm just saying I'm not with that patting down stuff. Yeah, don't pat me. Don't pat me down. I don't want you touching on me like that. So I know. Maybe
I don't even like it about the airport thing.
Right. I don't even like it at the airport. They be doing that at the airport. Like, man, I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? And they always have to check when I go to the airport. Man. Anyway,
but like Reddit was saying, how else are they gonna find it? Because they don't have that big thing in that clear bag that's 5x7.
If you got it on your person like that,
you have to, bro, Claude.
Me as a security guard, I ain't trying to pat that either. Go through you.
I'm just telling you
with your hustle.
What I'm just telling you, what's the dynamics case sample? That bag you can bring in is clear, like about 5x7 or something like that. It's not a big bag. The only way they get that in is under their clothes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't want nobody to pat you down, they need to put the They need to put the security walkthrough where you get in there and it scans and
It's
somebody's
X-ray.
X-ray and somebody's monitoring that. They gonna see that don't belong.
Mm-hmm.
Because if
But wait a minute. What if they like, okay, I see two. Never mind. Go ahead.
Can we move on?
Never mind. Go ahead.
all right, we're gonna turn the corner, man. We're gonna turn the corner.
Go
and,
ahead. I just don't know how they gonna. I'm just trying to come up with solutions. I don't know how they gonna find.
Well, if they don't find it, it's
ninjas.
gonna keep going on.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna keep going on, man.
I just don't know. I just don't know, because I think there's somebody on the dark web reaching out, you know, putting that stuff out. Look, you get this amount of money if you go do this, because the sign up to go to jail, KSAP, is like, you doing this for free to go to jail?
They see these kids, and then you can see he's in his 20s. They communicate with each other like that, though, Keisha. You don't have to be dark web. They just got their line of how they communicate. You got
Well, like I say, it needs to be a federal investigation to find them.
Yeah. So
I thought you wanted to move on, bro.
We moving on. Chat, we moving on.
All right,
hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button. Y'all take a minute to drop a like on the video, man. I see everybody in the chat, man. Drop a like on the video, man. Donations is appreciated. We're gonna turn the corner, man. We're gonna talk about the Chicago Sky. What Felicia say? Let me go back. Felicia Daniels with $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Oh, she
said, see my comment. Is this the comment you're talking about, Felicia?
I think it's that one.
A podcaster I watched did a research on it. What did the research entail?
Yeah, what did they find out?
What did they find out?
Because I find it hard to believe that these are all isolated.
No, they not. They know how to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, man, drop a like on the video. Like I said, donations are highly appreciated. No, my other comment. Oh my, I'm sorry, Felicia. Okay.
Oh, it's before that? Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. It's backed by the meme coin community. It's a way for their green coin stock to go up. It's online, and the stock is called Green Deal Coin. They do different ones. It's a huge online community. So you see what I said?
Yeah,
it's huge. It's huge. All right.
They know how to communicate with each other.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some more research on that, Felicia. Thank you for that, because I know good doggone well people didn't just randomly wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna buy me some dildos and go to the game.
Yeah, that was strange how that just came about, man. Like that's diabolical. But yeah, we're gonna move on, man. We're gonna talk about the Chicago Sky, man. We're gonna talk about, man, do y'all think the Chicago Sky should just go ahead and sell the fucking team? I'm just gonna put it out there just like that, man.
Just like that?
Just like that, man. Y'all's girl Carly raised a great question the other night about the funding and all that. So we at this point. So we gotta ask the question. Should they just sell the fucking team?
After listening to her with them 15 million spin stories they gave her, I mean, at some point, the WNBA got to recognize that the Sky might not be, the way that the Chicago Sky is being run, might not be beneficial for the modern day WNBA they trying to push the league into, if that makes sense what I'm saying. You're trying to drive revenue. You're trying to have this moment. You're trying to invest in these ladies and their stories. And yet you have you have this organization continuing to want to run the organization like times have not changed. Times have changed. That's why last year they had so many coaches get fired. That's why last year You not having media training for these ladies is detrimental. You cannot continue with business as usual. And if they don't get on board, I'm pretty sure the W didn't think when they was coming into this season, they will have Caitlin Clark out multiple games. And that's one thing, but at least their team is still watchable. Then you put the Chicago Sky on TV for the fourth most games on TV, and they are a complete dumpster fire. I would think the ownership is getting some kind of calls as to what we doing, because this is becoming, I don't even want to put this on the network, to be seen, because people want to see good basketball. And it's one thing to lose, but to be running around here with bad basketball, I don't think the Sky is conducive for trying to push that we play great basketball over here. It's in fact the opposite. So with selling the team, sometimes people be owners for a long time and they don't realize the vision. But Kathy Eagleburn might have to step in and be like, look, y'all either get on with the vision or we're going to have to find a different owner who's passionate about the team. Because you guys are not on brand with what we're trying to do going forward.
All right, Keisha, let me get this super chat real quick from Reddit. Reddit, appreciate the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
She said yes, they should sell the team. Also, let me follow it up because she did do another super chat. $2 super
Here
chat.
comes the money.
She said yes, heck yes, sell to Baltimore, Nashville. Then she followed up with another super chat. Bro Claude, you see what I'm saying? See what Bro Claude be doing?
Here comes the money.
He said hit the like button and subscribe. Appreciate you, Reddit. All right, go ahead.
You have another one, I thought. Yeah.
Appreciate you, Dre Stewart.
Here comes the money.
Said Angel will be back on the 13th. Let it be known, if you don't see Angel on the bench, she is receiving treatment. Got another one. Shout out to
Dre Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Dre Stewart. Said the team reported it on her return date.
Here comes the money.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, this owner, he's allowed all this to go on, and I don't know, guys. Y'all tell me what you think.
Man, look, I'm gonna let Duvall go. I know Duvall. Go ahead, Duvall, man. I'm just gonna let you take it away, man. No interruptions. Uncut, filtered. Do your thing.
I'm gonna say this: if Michael Alter keep the current administration in place, he needs 17. Because at the end of the day, it's like this here. This young lady has been saying for 2 years how important 2026 free agency is to her. And they not putting themselves in a position where they could attract free agents because the perception of the Chicago Sky organization and how they are perceived that he needs to sell the team. Because now you are bad for business. And Angel Reese is not just a local brand. She's not just a national brand. She's an international brand. She's a global brand. So that means her Chicago Sky brand is everywhere. And so if they're everywhere and her team is losing and they're not having the opportunity to be relevant and to play for something that's relevant for the WNBA, that is bad for business. That is bad for WNBA as a whole. It is bad for WNBA that your second most popular player, that your third most popular player in women's sports is on a losing team and is on a dysfunctional franchise because they don't want to get out of their own way. Like I said, it's one thing to lose Deladon, who is a Hall of Famer and in the GOAT conversation. It's another thing to lose Sylvia Fowle, who is a Hall of Famer, who is the low end on the GOAT conversation, but she's still in the GOAT conversation. It's another thing to lose many other players that might be in the Hall of Fame one day. I'm talking about Alana Smith. I'm talking about Courtney Williams. I'm talking about many others who play for the Chicago Sky organization. It's one thing to lose those players, and nobody don't care about it because nobody care about the WNBA at that time. But to put yourself in a position where you might lose Angel Reese, and she's your most popular player that you ever had in the history of that organization, that is bad for the WNBA. That is bad for the Chicago Sky. So that owner needs to wake up and do what's necessary to put himself in a position where his organization be taken seriously, not only within the WNBA and the players of the WNBA, but within the sport itself. Because if not, then you need to sell a team to somebody who will do what it takes to put a winner on the floor. So Angel Reese in particular to expand not only her brand, but to help Chicago Sky be relevant and stay relevant. And if they can't do that, then no, they do not need to be in the WNBA business. They need to be in some other business where they could be incompetent. Don't be incompetent in a sport where this woman name could be tainted because they don't want to do the right thing by her and by these players that play for Chicago Sky. I land.
Yeah, attendance is down 15%.
Last 4 games.
Mm-hmm. Mm. They need to look. They need owners that are willing to invest in practice facilities for these players, marketing and player experience. They need to move. They need to move into an era where they market the best player or the franchise player, whichever one that's on each of these teams, if they want to propel the W in to the stratosphere like they do in the NBA. The NBA is driven by star players, stories. The W needs to work toward going that way, and they have to market. They have to have a marketing budget in order to do that. The mom and pop structure is not going to work anymore. You can't just rely on word of mouth. You have to actually market your team and your best players.
But Keisha, let's go back to what Carly said the other night. She talking about when you brought up the practice facility. She said that is not going to be possibly ready until June or July of 2026. Did she say that?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it a little earlier than that?
And did she say April?
And then the diabolical thing, it's not even in the city of Chicago.
No, it's in a suburb, right? Brooklyn? Yeah.
But
so I don't know how they're gonna do the logistics of it. I don't know.
Word of mouth is supposed to be closer to the arena, because it's by Deerfield Park, I believe. Is that correct, Brooklyn?
Well, the arena's in downtown Chicago, ain't it?
Can't hear you,
You're on mute.
Can't hear you, bro, Claude.
You're on mute, brother.
Okay.
April.
It's so.
Yeah, that's what I thought she said. April.
So, first of all, where it's going to be built is not our community in Chicago, in the city. All right, but it is a Chicago suburb.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is diabolical still because the girls got to travel. The Bulls practice facility is directly across the street. The Blackhawks practice facility is directly across the street, down the street from the stadium on Western. It's just diabolical. Hit the horn, brother. Hit the alarm. This here, what we seeing right now is disgraceful ownership, front office work, coaching, and team playing. See, when you go to certain organizations, we just talked about the Cleveland Browns and not winning since 1964. Well, the Chicago Sky won in 2021. Okay, all right. What the hell you do with the goddamn money that you picked off and won a championship with? Oh, a lot of people want to know, but it was only like 6,000 to 7,000 in that championship game attendance. I'm just telling y'all, everybody expects something different. Everybody wanted to change. And by right, you should want it to change. But goddamn it, let's start with the main thing. We wouldn't be talking about this if Michael Alter stood 10 toes down and didn't hire his buddy. If Michael Alter did not go for the kid that was in the franchise that worked his way up like it's McDonald's or something. I don't know what the goddamn kid name. I don't know what the kid name is, but I forgot his name. The little black kid that they always talk about working his way up to management and shit. This is Jeff P. He is a person who started off on a franchise sweeping floors, cleaning walls. Then, of course, he gets promoted, developmental coach. What goddamn organization gonna hire a developmental coach to be a doggone GM for its franchise that never had this type of responsibility, never had any of that craftsmanship, never really, Wade did not have him next to him. It was the other guy, and he was in the Chicago Sky. To give y'all information, they don't have an assistant GM. It's ran at bare minimum. That's mean you do the fries, you flip the burgers, you get the buns, and you right there on the register. That's what the hell going on right here. Let me cook, K-Sap. Let me cook. Because I'm finna cook this shit. This right here, this is the worst diabolical. This is the worst franchise in the doggone WNBA when it comes to ownership. Along with, to hell with the girls. You got them girls perform what the owners is. Nadir Rollinson, I don't give a damn what you say. I know it's friction down there between Jeff P. and he going around you to his daddy. You know what I'm saying? His daddy, Michael Alter, to go around you and fire Teaspoon because that was your pick. But that's the dysfunction that everybody that's here watching this show, everybody that watched the Chicago Sky organization, everybody that tunes in. And Keisha, I can answer you that question because, of course, you know my son works for networks, right? Different ones. The networks. You know what the networks is doing? K-Sap, if you didn't know, they already got the first loss. The network, the head of the network, the production, the executive producer of that network called Michael Alter specifically and asked him what type of product was it. That was the first call. Then, of course, Kathy Engelberg got a conference call with those production managers and executives about the Chicago Sky and the debacle that they got 32 games to be featured with a team that gets beat by 30 points. They don't want that. That's bad for the network. People ain't gonna watch because they putting on a trash-ass team like the Chicago goddamn Sky. That's why they can't see a Chicago Sky without Indiana or Minnesota or New York Liberty. They ain't even tried it with the Mercury. Hands down, man down. Hell no, because this bullshit ass team gonna lose by 30. So my suggestion, you ask me, should they sell? Hell yeah, they should sell because they running this. They think that this the goddamn Burger King that's down the street that got the rats and shit running in and back from the back door after you go and take out the garbage. Them motherfuckers then dug a hole to get back into the goddamn store. That's what they think this is. It's not going to get fixed unless two things happen for the Chicago Sky. See, Michael Alter and Nadia Rollison, you on life support too. Because this is what this lying-ass boy did. He lied to the networks to say that he could compete. They check and cross-check, Sister Keisha. The networks make sure that you got a productive enough team that they can show and view, that the viewers will come in and watch an exciting product. They didn't have that. They didn't have that. They didn't give that. So you got to understand, family that's listening to us, Michael Alter got that in there. He feels shame right now. He's definitely shamed, and he's not shamed enough, though. Nadia Rollins is definitely hiding her head because they're getting these diabolical calls. Do you understand the production, the network deal that these people got? And Chicago Sky got 32 games? Do you understand what type of problem that is? We just talking about a goddamn team losing. When the Sky losing like this, the goddamn, listen, the popcorn stand can't make money. The one that sell the hot dog stand, he can't make money. The beer man that walk down the street, he can't make no money because you leaving out of there. The doggone flashlight man, the one that got the Chicago lights, the Chicago skylights and the skyscraper pictures and all that shit that's outside the stadium. Hey, if I was the Shea Butter man outside, I can't make no goddamn money because everybody done damn left.
Yeah.
The hustler can't make money. When the Chicago Sky family, y'all got to understand how serious this is. That's why I'm snapping off. The hustler, the simple hustler, the bottom feeder, the one that get the crumbs off the table, he can't even eat. Should Chicago Sky sell a team? I do agree. But what should they do, bro, Claude? To fix it, fire Jeff Pagliosha and Tyler Marsh. Fix it. And I land. On the clock, Jeff P. Get your ass right and get my girl Shannon, Jeff P. I'm right down the street. Jeff P. You are on the clock. West Side is watching, boy. Get your shit right. Get your shit right, Jeff P. Now the elevator case out. Michael Alter and Nadia Rollison. Your ass is on the clock to get rid of that goddamn Pink Panther that you got down there. That's in your office. I land.
39%.
Jeff P. Get your ass right and get my girl Shannon, Jeff P. I'm right down the street. Jeff P. You are on the clock. West Side is watching, boy. Get your shit right. Get your shit right, Jeff P.
Go ahead, Duvall. I know you try to get up.
But before he go, bottom line, Chicago Sky is leaving money on the table. Go ahead, Duvall.
39% of players in WNBA says Chicago Sky is the most dysfunctional organization. That's bad for business. They have to do something to erase the perception that they had up until this point, because they're going to lose their most prized asset if they continue same old, and keep their head in the sand and like they don't know what's happening. And the league itself would not mind if Angel Reese walk out that goddamn door, because they don't want their second most popular player being on a bad team that they can't market because they don't want to get their stuff together and put a product on the court where they can be proud of to show to America. Because at the end of the day, this woman is very much loved by the black community in ways that no other black woman in the WNBA and come into the WNBA will be loved by the black community. That's including Juju. That's including Flajay. That's including whoever your favorite player is, Olivia Miles or Hannah Hidalgo or whoever else. They're not going to be Angel Reese. And so Angel Reese being on a bad team with a dysfunctional organization is not something that the WNBA will want to happen to their most prized asset. They will allow her to walk. And she will want to walk because she will not want her legacy and her brand to be ruined because dysfunctional people in the organization that have their own agendas and their own political play behind the scenes and in front of the camera so they could do what they want to do and think it's okay. It's not cool. They have to make changes because, like I said, I could put an interview after interview how this woman keep preaching 2026. And the reason why she keep preaching 2026, because it's not like 2025 where everybody gonna sign 1-year deals. When that new CBA get ratified and solved, these players gonna sign 4- and 5-year deals. So that means whatever team they going to, they gonna be there for a minute. And if Chicago Sky strike out, she gonna also want to strike out on Chicago Sky. I don't care if she bought a house in Chicago. She can sell that house or give it away. She got millions and millions of dollars. She ain't broke. She can get that to her mama or cousin or whoever else. This got to change. Because at the end of the day, just like Bro Clark said, Kathy Engelberg and the networks are pissed. They are pissed because they cannot put a piss poor product out there with their second most popular player on that team when they gave them 32 games. And this is the embarrassment that they have as an organization. That's not good for business. That's not good for marketing dollars. That's just like having LeBron James on a badass team and you can't put that in the NBA and try to sell that as the best of the NBA has to offer. That's not smart business. It's not. They have to do something. Yes, I believe Kathy Engelberg made a call to Michael Alter. I believe the networks made a call to Michael Alter. I believe Angel Reese's agent and others had made a call to Michael Alter. I believe Dewey Wade had made a call to Michael Alter. I believe there's enough people that made a call to Michael Alter and let him know what's going on where he can't play ignorant anymore. So if he allowed this to continue to happen, then he is the problem and he needs to lose his team. And they need to force him out of the WNBA just like they forced Dan Snyder out of the Washington Redskins or Washington franchise, whatever you want to name, because they knew that Redskins not being good is bad for business. One of their foundational football teams in the NFL. Mm-hmm. That's not good. So at the end of the day, they have to do something. Because if they don't do anything, they're going to have their second most marketable woman not going to be happy and not going to want to be there. And she'll rather retire and do podcasting or studio work or fashion and everything else where she can make tens of millions of dollars without the WNBA instead of playing for a bad organization that don't give a damn about her and her career. I apologize if I took too long.
Oh no, you're good. I'm gonna play a little bit before I forget. I'm gonna play a little bit from what Angel has said. If I can find it in the thing, here we go.
Talked to a lot of great players about even just how the small things, how they run their organization. And I came back and told the Chicago Sky things that we need to add in because I think that's important. Being able to have an organization that I'm super transparent with, and I let them know like these are the things that we need, especially with this big free agency coming up. Like I don't complain about shit, but it's a look for the other players. They want to see these things, and they talk about it all weekend. So I told them that my feedback and things that we can improve on, and especially going into this new free agency next year. Like, these are important things to these players. They want to see these things. They want transparency. They want to know that they're going to an organization that really cares about them. So I think that was something that was really important for me this weekend, and soak it all up and steal things like I was at Unrivaled, stealing things and taking things back here that we can improve on as well. Oh my God. Huh.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. I mean, this is something that Angel Reese has been trying to advocate for the longest, man. Like, trying to give letting the organization know that she's down. She's giving the input. But if they fail her, then, man, I don't blame Angel Reese if she want to walk. A lot of people are talking about some of the online hints that she's giving out. Maybe she wants out. You know what I'm saying? All these trades are going down where her, some of her closest competitors are getting traded to championship teams. You know what I'm saying? And it's still setting through this situation. Like, I feel the Chicago Sky was a better team last year. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it is now there's a report out that Angel Reese is setting out again tomorrow. So I did a video. Yeah, I did a video talking about, man, is she going to be shut down for the rest of the season? This is something that her and her team has to come up with, because when you're dealing with a bad back, you don't want to further, injure that, you know what I'm saying? Because you'll have back problems for the rest of the life. But like Duvall said, Angel Reese ain't hurting for no money. You know what I'm saying? She can go make millions of dollars doing the other stuff that she's doing off the court. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be successful. Somebody in the comments said she can pull a Della Don. She can retire at any minute. It'd be diabolical. You 3 years in, and you are in 3 years into your WNBA career, and you call it quits. You know what I'm saying? Because the organization that you put your trust and faith in failed you. And, it's kind of hard to see that, in this situation, in these first 2 years, Angel can't win for losing. Can't win for losing. So that's the tough call. But like Angel said, she wants everything. She's putting her input. And if you listen to what Keisha just played, she was very adamant about what she was saying, talking about these organizations, the way these organizations are ran. Now, we had that situation when Gabby Williams, when she tried to advocate for Gabby Williams to come back. And Gabby Williams said, nah, I ain't messing with Chicago. That organization is totally ran piss poor. They're not going to do me that way. And Angel was made to believe that things would be better. But it's the same old dumpster fire. Hey, hold on just 1 second. Shout out to my girl, Adriana Bull. She's in the chat, man, from the No Bull podcast. She said, also wonder why the Sky not make a lot of offseason moves when they had enough pieces to leverage. Yeah, so appreciate that comment there.
I was going to say, Angel Fame can no longer sing the Chicago Sky.
Yeah.
They can't. And she's been talking about what she talked about in that video for 2 years now. So she's telling you what she wants. She don't get what she wants, she going to walk. Go ahead, Keisha. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I all I'm gonna say is, I mean, the owner. I know people like to get on Jeff P. and he's an easy bullseye to hit at. But like I say, if the owner has to be, in my opinion, has to be complicit with some of this, because to watch a dumpster fire be on fire by your house and you keep walking by it and acting like you don't see that there's a dumpster fire outside your house and it could possibly burn your house, and you still get in your car and drive to work like you ain't see the dumpster fire, and I guess you want to have some kind of want to be able to say, look, I didn't see the dumpster fire. No, like y'all said, they didn't got calls from the league, they didn't got calls from the networks, they didn't got calls from everybody. People, look, the ticket booth that said, look, the shit, our percentages are down. The team is really bad. They didn't got all these calls. So Michael Alter, to me, is my target, because he empowers these people that he has here in this organization. Jeff P is walking around like ain't nothing about to happen to him.
Oh yeah, he walking around. He being real friendly. He on the basketball court with these ladies like ain't nothing gonna happen to me. But it goes back, Keisha. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it goes back to the conversation we had with Carly Bell.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It goes back to that. You know,
I
she
know
has the
people
insight.
think she's lying, but you can just look at the mannerisms, the way the man is sitting on the sideline, KSAP, like nothing about to happen to him.
He just chilling, walking around like, man, he comfortable, he comfy. You know what I'm saying? He just chilling, but it goes back to what she said. Like, everybody's expecting and everybody want to see Jeff P get fired. They want to see Tyler Marsh go, but she said that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we're going to be stuck with this another year, possible. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it holds true to what she's saying and we stuck with it, a lot of people are talking about, the draft picks, because if Connecticut ends up having a lesser record than Chicago, then we get that pick. Also with Minnesota Lynx, we know Minnesota Lynx gonna make the playoffs, so that's another pick. But I'm gonna ask y'all a question, chat. Since we talking about it, let me ask y'all a question. Are y'all gonna feel, because we asked Carly the other night about the draft picks, and Keisha asked her, why not just build through the draft? Do y'all, after what we saw this year in 2025, and we saw the way that draft went, do y'all trust Jeff P with the draft picks to do the right thing?
No. But go on, chat. Let me know what you think. Because think about it, KSAP. Right now, think about it if you Jeff P and you got another year. Are you really going to go into the draft with unproven players? Or are you going to go into free agency and try to lure as many free agents as you can?
And then another thing, Keisha, what Carly said, the only one that got draft tradable potential and a high upside is Angel and Carmilla. But are you going to trade them?
No. Because you want to keep them, at least have some type of draft cap. I mean, some kind of trade capital. So at the end of the day, because they messed up this season so bad, next year, you think they're going to be in a position to go draft players and go through this all over again with the staff they have in place? They are having a hard time developing players.
But that's what I'm saying, Keisha. The question is still upon us. Are we going to trust Jeff to do the right thing in the draft? Because this season right now is gone. There's no way that they can make up 7 games in their last 12. They have to win out. So the thing about it is the draft capital, right? You're getting these draft picks. But the only person, any trade value, I thought Ariel Atkins would have trade value. But the way, Carly said, nah, that's, you keep Ariel Atkins around. You want Ariel Atkins to be part of that core. You want her to sign a 3 to 4 year deal. But the only big trade value you have is with Angel Reese and Carmilla Cardoso. So now where you left that, Keisha, you got to build through the draft. But are we going to trust him to make the right decision in the draft? I beg to differ.
No, I don't think we can, because first of all, the coach he has, the system he's trying to run, are there people that's coming up in this draft that's going to fit that system? You remember, he wants the 3 ball to just fall from all the rafters.
That ain't
in the
gonna work.
upcoming draft, with the upcoming talent that's coming, y'all let me know in the chat and on this panel. Do we have people in that draft that's going to fit this system that Tyler Marsh is trying to run?
No, because like you said, man, he wants 3 balls to come from the rafters. These are not these dildos. These are actually 3-point shots, and this shit's not going to work. So because the system that he put in place is not benefiting. But I will say this about, because we talked about it Wednesday, I will say this about Rachel Banham. She is a serviceable guard where if you put her in the offense and run sets for her, she can flat out shoot the ball. But Carly made it seem like, she was the best available backup point guard, because that goes to what I told y'all earlier about Haley Van Lith not getting no time to even, be worked her way in. Because like I said, they had nowhere to go after Sloot went down.
But that's the thing. Yes, Haley Van Lith. Yes, Angel Reese wanted Haley Van Lith, but I'm gonna tell you this: Angel Reese might have did Haley Van Lith a disservice, and I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all can get on me if y'all want to. I don't care. She doesn't fit this coach's system.
I agree with that.
So yeah, you want your girl there, but she don't fit what Tyler Marsh is trying to do. So that's why you see where Haley HVLB sitting on that damn bench looking.
That's why I said what I said, and I stand on this. I think this coaching staff and Jeff P gonna be gone at the end of the season. Because if the All-Star break ain't show you anything, their most prized asset, other teams want her. And they not even hiding it. They not even trying to hide it. They telling Chicago Sky we want her. So keep playing. Keep everything status quo like it's cool. And let the girl say she want to trade because, like I said, she think y'all not serious as an organization. Because
go ahead, Devon. Sorry.
Only thing I was gonna say is, like I said, this girl turned her back on her own dream school to get better coach and a championship. Don't think for a second she won't turn her back on goddamn Chicago Sky and leave their ass in the dust. So they need to get their act together, man. All this, you know what I'm saying? They doing mama pop stuff and thinking nobody's seeing what they doing. Those days are over. WNBA in the spotlight now. They're in the big leagues. The eyes are on them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Duval, I want you to answer something else though. What is the system? Because people are asking in the chat. What's this system that Tyler Marsh want to run? Because I know y'all think he don't have a system, but he did have a system, y'all.
His system basically is the pick and roll system with Camilla and have shooters on the outside.
Yeah.
And basically what he wanted to do was have Angel play this point forward role, not to really be a point forward, to be honest with you, but to get Angel out the way of Camilla so she can have room in the paint.
Yes.
So the original plan was for Angel to just be running screens and to stand on the outside and maybe occasionally shoot a jump shot so Camilla can have room in the paint so Camilla could develop to the big man that they envision her being by Jeff P. and Tyler Marsh. That's what their original plan was. But then when Sloot went down and they ain't have no other point guards on the roster, they had no choice but to turn the ball to Angel and allow her to do her thing and allow her to play the way she played in on Rival. And that's how Angel game had got turned around.
The only reason why I disagree with you to a certain extent on that is because they Angel said out of her own mouth that she was working toward the point forward role. And the other thing is they did have somebody to turn to that they put a lot of time in. They put a lot of time in Rachel Bound.
Yes.
That's what they did. But Angel said out of her own mouth that she was going to start doing a lot of the stuff she used to do at Maryland as being a point forward. Now, if it's a lie, she told it.
No, I know she wanted to play that way because she played that way on Rob. But I'm saying within that point forward role, it wasn't to be a scorer. It was more so to set screens and be out the paint. That's what I'm thinking it was. Not to say they ain't want her to play that way, but they ain't want her to play that way to be effective. They want her to play that way to be out the way. That's how I feel.
I got a question then. So why are they playing Camilla that way right now?
Well, the point forward one?
No, yeah, kind of. They have Camilla, like K-Staff said at the beginning of the season. They got Camilla around the 3-point line a lot.
She had 5 assists.
Yeah, they had Camilla around the 3-point line or not. She had 5 assists. I don't think it's unique to one person, is what I'm telling you. This is what he was trying to do. I know you think they just was trying to get Camilla in the paint, but I don't know if that's what Tyler Marshall's trying to do. Now, I could be wrong because I called the game and I said over and over, can Camilla get down on the block? Right, bro, Claude? She was up at the top of the key.
She was up at the top of the key.
Yes, she had been.
And the crazy thing about it is, see, and that's why I go back to, I keep referencing back to the conversation we had Wednesday with Carly. Even Carly, the same thing that we say about Camila Cardoso, Carly Bell said the same thing. It's like she's not aggressive enough. I'm not going to turn this into a Camila Cardoso bash session or anything like that. But I just like how Bro Claude just snuck in here to talk about she had 5 assists. And I don't want to hear that, man. We all know.
I wasn't chilly.
I know.
I was just saying where it was.
Yeah.
No,
but we
just telling the truth.
She has to be better. She has to be better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she did say that, you know, like we've all been saying, we said it earlier. We said it before, you know, when he preached all this stuff earlier about his system. Is this system going to work? Carly said, you know, the system's out there, but it's not working. And, you know, basically she came out and said out of her own mouth, they don't have no defensive structure.
None.
Chicago Sky are the worst team defensively in the WNBA, guys. I want y'all to let that sink in. And you got probably one of the greatest individual defenders to play the game in Angel Reese.
2 of them.
But your system don't work. So what does that tell you? And I said this earlier last year about Camila Cardoso on the defensive end. She's her own worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying? You get in foul trouble, now you forced out of the game. Now you can't be aggressive. I just don't get it, man.
Well,
let me ask you that. Let me ask y'all this, because y'all said, well, now they got Camilla coming out the paint. Is part of the reason why they got Camilla coming out the paint and at the 3-point line and stuff like that because they no longer have faith in the guards getting the ball into the paint?
I don't know because they had E. Will down in the paint.
But she said, that, hey, look, and also she said, ain't no guards to get her the ball. Once Sloop went down, wasn't nobody. That's why they brought in what's her Servi Uzan.
No,
but she ain't even doing that.
I know what K-Sap was saying.
No, she doing that.
No, she is. Yeah,
she doing that.
She makes it a little bit better. I would say that.
Okay, we understand she makes it a little bit better, but 20 minutes ain't gonna prove nothing to me. Let her play. Let her get them 36 minutes that they was giving Sloop.
Then you had that problem with the coach and staff. You don't really have it with
the coach.
her.
You ain't got it with the player.
But I'm just saying
that your part about it is Tyler Marsh looked like to me, Duvall. He used Camilla to actually get the ball into the paint.
Yes.
That's why Camilla was up top.
She only had 6 rebounds, but she had 5 assists and 12 points.
Because she wasn't in the paint.
She had 5
blocks. E. Will was in the paint exclusively.
Right. She had 5 blocks. Let me get this reference for. She did not have a bad game. Okay. She just didn't have the game we want. Because if you look at it, she had 12 points. She had 5 blocks. She had 5 assists and 6 rebounds. Take the player, take the face off the player. Stop all that shit. Take the face off the player with that type of production on the production line. You got to give it to that player. This girl is a sophomore and he don't have a position for this player. He don't have positions for none of these players. Camilla is totally out of this. She done with this guy. She done with this guy. She really is. And like I said, me personally, I take the face off the player, goddammit. If a player give me 12 points and 5 blocks down low and give me 5 assists and 6 rebounds, oh, that's all right game for that player. Now the expectation of other players, we already know. We playing with ourselves to continue to say, well, we expect her to do, no, that means that you doing something insane. And insanity has set in. If you asking for somebody that ain't gave you something and you expecting different results from something, that's called insanity. So therefore, we got to accept that player for what that player is. This is what this player do, and that's it.
Bro, Clark, but this I could play devil's advocate. Because if you go in the second half, not only she had only 1 rebound, but she's a person that she allowed Bree Jones and others, even called what's the girl name, Nas Hillman, to push out the paint easily, so she couldn't get in the rebounds. She allowed Bree Jones to cut in front of her when she tried to seal her off to keep knocking down passes, so they couldn't get the ball to her in the paint. So they, like I said, that's why those numbers could be deceiving.
Because because Bree Jones had 8 points and 4 rebounds.
No, but I'm
See,
saying
you got to
it could
compare.
be.
I'm with Bro Claude on this. Y'all not right on this.
Y'all not right, and you trying to be right. And I'm just saying, Bree Jones was her man.
Why you say y'all?
It's not. Y'all have to understand. Stop it with that. I'm saying it's the chat right here.
Okay. All I'm gonna tell you is
if I throw a rock, the
people that was in the paint for the dream.
That's y'all.
Let me just say this: the people that was in the paint for the dream was Bree Jones and Hillman. They had 8 points and 7 points respectively.
Yes. Respectfully, they had 7 points and 8 points. She had 5 blocks. That means that they wasn't eating. Respectfully. So come on, man. You can't have it two ways.
Here's my problem with this conversation. We talk about Cam Brink, and I love Cam Brink.
Yeah,
she can have 5 or 6 blocks and give you 4 points, and it's a great game.
Yeah, she had 2 points the last game.
She had 0 points when she had the 5 blocks, and I don't think it was a great game at all. But we know what that's white privilege.
But we don't talk about her the same way. Do you come up here? Go ahead.
We know that's white privilege. We know what time it is.
No, I'm talking about amongst us.
But the reason why we don't talk about Cam Brink, because Cam Brink is irrelevant. Let's be real. Reason why we talk about Cam, reason why we talk about she's irrelevant when it comes to the Chicago Sky and their careers.
Just say it's irrelevant to you. It's not irrelevant to me.
It's not irrelevant to me.
Okay.
When we comparing players, I'm not. Look, I'm not a Camilla apologist. I'm just gonna tell you, if Cam Brink had this same stat line in the game, would you be saying this? If she played for the Chicago Sky and had that stat line?
No.
Said, would she have a good game? Based on how the game was played, yes, I would have. Okay. Because it's not just about the box score. It's about, like I said again, what Camilla's deficiencies are, it still is her deficiency. She get pushed out the paint easily when it comes to getting rebounds and everything else. She also allows people like Bree Jones to still go around her when she try to seal them off to get the ball. That's why they're getting these turnovers and stuff like that. There are still flaws in Camilla.
How many rebounds Bree Jones had? See, it's not
I ain't worried about I don't think they watched the same game. We watched
how many rebounds did Bree Jones?
Because Bree Jones had
the player that you saying. Now we can.
She had 7 rebounds.
Nas Hillman, because she had 11 rebounds.
Yeah,
we can say Nas Hillman did out rebound her, but we can't say Bree Jones and this and that. She had 4 rebounds and 8 points. That's a terrible game for Bree Jones, and that's Camilla's man. She was checked. She was checked. I mean, we gonna keep it a buck or we not. We gonna be critical or not. We gonna be on the level and straight up about it. I know me personally, hey, I'm a Camilla advocate. It's fine. I'm good with that. But I could take the face off the player. And I could say, okay, all right, it wasn't the best. When I started my soliloquy, I say it wasn't the best game. But she did add to what she needed to add to. It ain't the game that we expect her to have as a cornerstone.
Correct.
But
I agree there.
She was not hot garbage. She was not the dumpster trash that is projected upon. She was not. And it's unfair for any player. If it was my damn self in this game and you telling me I didn't put 12 points on the board and I didn't block 5 shots, and I done gave 5 assists, and I done took 5 rebounds, and you done told me, I'm talking Bro Claw, that I ain't do shit, I'm gonna punch your ass in the face and tell me that I ain't did shit in the game and my production line look like that. No, man, come on, man. That's not cool. That part, not cool. Not cool at all.
Half. She had a bad second half. She did.
We say a game in total. In her game in total.
I said second half.
The whole Chicago Sky had a bad second half.
Okay.
They couldn't stop nobody.
Okay.
So see, consequences is everything. Circumstances is everything. We could say it was awful for Camilla, but who was stopping the people that was coming in? Jordan Canada coming straight in and leaving the backcourt, just coming in. And she not prepared. Her back is turned to the ball because she's trying to box out Bree Jones, which got a lot of trunk on her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not
only
fair.
Jordan Canada, but Alicia Gray.
Alicia Gray coming in.
Wasn't encumbered too much at all.
They could say, hey, man, hey, look, this happened. I might have was there, but damn it, I didn't rob the damn bank. I just was there. Did I stop somebody? No, I didn't do it. I stayed out the way. And this is what I see. This is what I see in Camilla Cardoso. And it's not a sensitive thing for me. I'm not sensitive with it. To the people that's in the chat, I'm not sensitive about Camilla. Because if she do something bad, she do something bad. And I've been many games, the player and Duvall, when we call it, I keep it a buck and say, no, that's a bad game. She ain't doing right. And when Casey, I be like, Camilla, I be like, yeah, you right, bro. But when she is, I mean, damn, if she have what can't she do right? It's like so all 28 games, she ain't have nothing but 1 or 2 good games. This is what I'm hearing in our community, and I'm keeping it a buck. This is what I'm hearing in our community. She had 1 or 2 good games in 28. No, I don't think so. But if that's the narrative everybody wanna, because I'm not gonna put Caitlin Clark above Angel Reese, and I'm not gonna put Angel Reese above the next player. I'm gonna say this is what these individuals are done. These are what these individuals are great at, and then I'm gonna judge as that. People keep throwing in she was the 3rd pick and blah blah blah. So what? Who cares? We know who the player is, though. Who cares? We know who Camilla Cardoso is. You want her to be something else. Well, she's not that. Can you get over it and get over how you feel about it and feel about her and personal intentions? This is what this player is. She is who she is. Right now in her sophomore year, in her development, what me and Keisha is saying, and we agree upon, that's why we calling the games all the time, the full process along with yourself. No, she has not done what we think that we need her to do. But no, she's not dumpster fire. No, I'm not going to agree with that. That's putting the player down. That's actually doing at least some type of bright light for the damn Chicago Sky. Come on, man. She watch us too. And I don't want no kid watching me tell them, and they didn't put out work, and they got a professional career to look at my show or me talking about her every single time that I get a chance to, and knocking her for whatever she do or don't do, and make sure she the worst person that's in the franchise because she was picked 3rd. No, that ain't fair. I'm done. I'm done with this, Kyle. I'm done.
I think the whole comparison between Camilla and Angel is just then went too far because they 2 different players, man. And Camilla Cardoso just trying to play. She got deficiencies like every other player got deficiencies. We just got to keep it a buck sometime. I mean, this team is bad, and I think they bad, man. I don't know what else to say other than Out of all them people on the floor, I do have this question. Out of all of what they went, 8, 9 people deep, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 deep. Who was the best one out of all of them on the floor? In the last game? I'm asking.
Come on with
A
it.
legit question. Out of all the players that played for the Chicago Sky in the last game, who was the best player out of them?
Points wise, Rachel Banner, but none of them.
No. We're not talking about no points.
No.
All around player.
All around
Who was
player.
the best player?
None of them were good.
He don't want to answer the question.
No.
Got it.
Nah.
K-Sap,
I got it.
who was
We
the
gonna
best
move
player? We're going to move on. Who was the best player out of all of them on the floor?
Well, if you want to take a face off of it, I would have to go with what Duvall said. Rachel Banham, if you take a face off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're watching it, I agree with y'all. Camilla, she played I'm not going to say a great game.
Mm-hmm.
She played a exceptional game. She played a good game, because not only did she have 12 points, the 6 rebounds, she got to get more than 6 rebounds, but she made that up with the 5 assists and the 4 blocks, right? But I gotta go against you, Bro Claw, because if we taking a face off of it and you just reading these numbers off of what Rachel had and what Camilla had, and then you're looking at the plus minuses, I have to agree with Duvall. You know what I'm saying? Because she gave you a little more offensively, because not only did she get to the free throw line more than Camilla Cardoso, which Camilla Cardoso should have got to the free throw line, much more. But I will have to say what Duvall said. Camilla did most of her damage in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
The second half, she was kind of missing. But if she had other players to complement what she did outside of Rachel Banham, the game wouldn't have got out of hand. But the problem was the third quarter, they came out of that locker room lackluster. In that whole second half as a team, they fell apart because the first half they was competing. Second half, they went out the window. But when y'all asking a direct question, by looking at the game, Camilla had an exceptional game. It wasn't great, but she did some things that, like I said, being at the top of the key, she did move the ball. She did have 5 assists. The rebounds, she had no offensive rebounds, only 6 rebounds. Jordan Canada had as many rebounds as her, 6. She had 12 points, but and the diabolical thing is, she played 35 minutes, 2 personal fouls, but I got to give it to her, the first half, but that's the inconsistency of Camilla. Can you give me what you gave me in the first half and the second half? Can you pick that up? Can you keep that going? And she failed to do that. But I'm not going to blame her for the loss. That was a team loss. That was something that just got out of hand in the third quarter. And we've seen what the third quarter does to the Chicago Sky throughout the course of the season. That has failed them. But like I said earlier, y'all, I threw my hands up. I said, I'm not going to make this a Camilla Cardoso bash session because she don't deserve to be bashed in this situation for last, night's game. You see what I'm saying? Because she did perform a little bit better. But that's what I've always said. This is the inconsistencies that we have with Camilla Cardoso.
I got a question, teacher.
Go ahead.
Rachel Banner, statistically, she had 18 points? Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah, she had 18 points. Who was she guard?
But Keisha, that's what I said. When you asked the question, that's why I said I'm taking the face off of it. When you look at
I'm just asking. Who was she guard?
Well,
Jordan Canada.
She was Jordan Canada, but Jordan Canada been a thorn in damn Chicago Sky's side all year long. That's the difference. When they got guards that get downhill, we've already said the perimeter defense is ass, Rachel Banham ain't no defender.
And
Just getting-
Atkins, who was she guarding?
Who was Ariel Atkins guarding? She was let me see.
Alicia Gray.
Alicia Gray. And Alicia Gray had 25.
Now, in Ariel Atkins' defense, she was on a minute restriction.
Minute restriction.
Yeah,
Yes.
she played 25 minutes. So that means some of that was probably taken by Uzan. But here's my question. Camila Cardoso plays a dependent position. Do we both all agree on that?
Well, she's supposed
Yes.
to play that position. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we all agree she
Yeah,
plays
yeah.
on a dependent? She plays a dependent position, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the more you go with Rachel Banham, the more Camilla's out of the offense, right?
Absolutely.
So that means
Absolutely.
the only reason why Camila Cardoso gets in the offense is when Uzan is in orchestrating things. But when Banham is in, it's put that bitch up Banham.
Bitch up. Put that bitch up.
Well, they both put the ball up 12 times. So, I mean, like I said,
on.
I'm not pointing the finger at Camilla for the loss. You know what I'm saying?
No, we
But
just
Oh,
saying.
that's not what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
just
but I
saying
know,
in
but
that-
y'all
that
asked the
second
question.
half.
I know, but y'all asked the question, and I first started out when y'all was talking about statistically. I took the faces off of it because of what Duvall said, and then I said if you was watching the game, you would say Camilla had the better all around game if you was watching it. You guys called the game. Y'all saw what y'all saw. But if nobody was watching the game, they just pull up the statistics and say, like, damn, shit, Rachel Banham, she got busy.
32 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. You
But that
got
means
busy.
when she's getting busy for 32 minutes, everybody else got to get it out the mud.
Nah, but I'm just
And
no.
Camila
I'm
Cardoso
not.
is not a get it out the mud
I know,
player.
but I don't think
Why?
that game was like that.
Because that's not how
we
she
just
is.
all
Hold on,
agreed
That's not
that
how
she
she
plays.
is.
We just
Hold
all
I don't
agreed
look
that
like
she
you.
plays a
You don't look
dependent
like me.
position.
I'm
But
not
hold
built
up, hold
like
up,
you.
hold up.
You not
But-
built like me.
but hold up,
I can't
this
run
game-
as fast as you. You can't be as strong as I am. We're different people. That's why.
Nah,
Y'all
but
got
this game yesterday, it didn't show. It seemed like they was the only two that was really doing something. I know y'all say Rachel Banham shoots the ball a lot and stuff like that, but they had 12 shots apiece, right? You can't
No,
go.
I wanted her to shoot. That's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is the facilitating piece. She's not
Yes.
that. That's what I'm saying. I want Rachel to put that bitch up.
Yes.
I mean, I enjoy it. She
Me
is
too.
not a facilitator.
We know that. So what? I mean, I
Well,
I
that
guess I'm
means-
lost.
or
Like,
what
what
I'm
is the
saying-
point? Like,
Okay.
what point are y'all trying to make? That she kind of shielded. She like, froze out Camilla because she's not passing
No.
Camilla the ball.
No, I'm saying she's not creative to facilitate for Camilla.
But
She's not that
basically that's the
player.
same thing. That's freezing Camilla out. If you can't facilitate for Camilla, you freezing her out of the offense. If you can't get Camilla the ball, if you Rachel Banham, that's telling you something. Rachel Banham's not looking for her. She's not even trying to facilitate to her. That's what I'm getting out of it.
No, that's not it.
I don't think Rachel's for trying to get anybody involved.
I don't think she's trying to get. That's
I don't
not
think
it.
it's just for Camilla.
Right.
So what y'all saying is Rachel just going out there doing what Rachel want to do.
Jamal Crawford, I guess.
I'm asking a question because that's the way y'all making it seem. Because y'all just said that Rachel was not trying to facilitate for nobody.
Did Rachel Banham have assists?
Yeah, she had 2 assists.
Okay. And she played point
32
guard, right?
minutes, and she played
Yeah.
point guard
She played point guard, right?
for
We
32
talked
minutes.
about this. Come on now. She played point guard. The
I
facility.
understand that. So what y'all?
Okay.
This is what I asked y'all.
Uzan
question.
played 20 and had 3.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what y'all just said. Rachel Banham is out there just freestyling. That's what y'all basically saying. That's all I'm saying. From
we
what
could,
y'all,
we could agree. I could
I
take
can
where
agree
you
with
coming
that,
from.
but
That-
you
that's
were
all I'm
saying,
saying.
you were
because you
saying
said
at
she's not
first-
looking to facilitate for nobody.
You at first you said that she was freezing out Camilla, and I said that's not what I'm
No,
saying.
that's not what she's not freezing.
The
her
way
out.
that y'all was saying it made me believe that because of what Camilla had, and Duvall, y'all asked why come Camilla can't get it out the mud, and Duvall said why come she can't get it out the mud. So when y'all made y'all's little statement, I was asking a question. the way y'all was making it seem that she is freezing Camilla out because she can't facilitate for Camilla. Then y'all followed up and said she's not trying to facilitate for nobody. So then I followed it up and said Rachel's out there just freestyling. She out there doing what she want to do.
Rachel's not a point guard.
I know she's not a point guard.
I mean, that's why I didn't take it as her freezing anybody out.
So with the lineup that they put on the floor, Ariel Atkins is not a point guard.
Right.
Rachel Banham is not a point guard. So that goes back to what I said earlier about Uzan. You picked her up, play the girl, play her to 36 minutes, play her to 37 minutes. That's all I'm saying. That's the only point guard that you got.
Oh, no, I get it. I'm just telling you that your big had the most assists out of all the players on the team.
That happens sometimes in all around the WNBA.
We're just talking about this specific game, bro.
Okay, I understand, but I
We
did
just
not
talking
knock,
about this game.
But I did not knock Carmilla for her game yesterday. I was on your side when I said Camilla played an exceptional game.
We understand that, but then what Duvall said,
it's the lineup that they put out there. We already know that Ariel Atkins is not a point guard. Rachel Banham's not a point guard. Yes. They had no point guard on the floor. They had no facilitation. So I'm not just going to pinpoint it on Rachel because she was lined up as the point guard. Right. But we know she's not a point guard. We know she don't have no point guard skills. We talked about it earlier. How you gonna let Rachel Banham be your backup point guard? Just like Carly said, when Sloot went down, they had no answer, so they try to force Rachel to be the backup point guard. Then you go out and get Uzan, but if you pick her up and you said, okay, she can facilitate, she only played 20 minutes, give her the 37 minutes. See what she can do in 37 minutes.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
No, absolutely.
And we've said without nauseam that Camilla Cardoso needs a point guard. I'm just going off of what y'all saying.
Okay, so what's the difference when Angel Reese is in the game trying to force speed Camilla Cardoso? What's the difference?
I don't say I didn't.
They ended up with double doubles together.
Your point is valid, except for what we talking about this game.
We just
Angel's
talking about
not there.
Game.
Okay, so you're harping on just because she led the team with the
We were talking about this game.
I'm not. What I'm saying is she don't have. All I'm saying is she still had 12 points with the little feeding that she got. We all know she got to be fed. We talked about that over and over.
Keisha,
she never got fed when they was at full strength.
Check it out. K-Sap. She led in rebounds.
I know. I'm looking at the
she
stats.
led in blocks.
I'm looking at the stats.
That's 3 categories she led in.
Bro, Clark, I never refuted that. I was on your side when y'all said Camilla had a good game. I never debunked that.
I didn't even say that. But
you didn't think she didn't have a good game, Keisha?
I thought she had a great
so it's a good game. It's a good game, right?
Yeah, the great first half.
But the way okay. See,
go ahead, keep going, Keisha. Keep going.
I mean,
it's really crazy to me.
At the end of
watching the game, Camilla had the best game for the Chicago Sky out of everybody that played. If you watch the game, but then what I say, bro, Claude, if you didn't watch the game, you just look at the stats. They're gonna say, well, damn, y'all not giving Rachel Banham no consideration.
No,
but if you watch the game on everything that Camilla did, she was the one that had the better game. But I will say this:
two of those points came from 3 different technical fouls. 2 of those points came from technical foul shots. So she really had 16 points, which is 4 points more than Camilla.
Yeah, but she had to me, she had an exceptional game. But like I said, the inconsistencies, what she did in the first half, I thought she was going to come and, pick it up in the second half, but we didn't see that. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not bashing Camilla because she did what she could do with what the pieces she had around her at that particular time.
That's all. That's my whole point about this.
So when I say the same thing, y'all want to be argumentative.
No, you said that she had
I said she had a
you're being condescending the ball.
You said she had a half a damn game.
You know, I done raised a lot of children, Duvall.
Listen, I got a grandbaby that you can play with, but don't play with Bro Claude. my grandbaby, you know,
The ball.
hey, Dream,
They said you
Dream
being
waiting for somebody to
condescending,
play.
man. I can't.
No,
I
they
mean,
got
that's
it.
what they said.
They got it.
Oh, hold up, was
Hey,
bro, Claude.
Duval,
Go ahead.
hey,
Hold
Duval,
up.
Dream waiting for somebody to coochie coochie coo. Dream
Hold
is
up,
back
hold up.
there. Don't play with
Hold
your
up, bro,
big bro.
Claude. Let's go ahead and get this before we get lost in the shuffle. Hold up.
Here comes the money.
Felicia Daniel, appreciate the $5 super chat. What Felicia say, man?
She
Y'all
figured
not
out
about
Rachel
it.
can't play off ball. She only goes off as a facilitator. That's why he keeps using Rachel as PG over Uzan. I agree because she can't play. Rachel has limitations.
But listen,
Very
guys, it
limited.
goes back to what we said when goddamn fucking shit Courtney Vandersloot went down. How many times have we did a show and y'all heard us say how the hell they keep thinking Rachel Banham is a point guard? That they
Right.
believe that they can turn a hoe into
believe
a
it.
housewife. And
They
it's
do.
not
They do believe that.
working.
They do
Because
believe that.
Carly said once Sloot went down, there was no answer, and we've been saying that. It gave it Haley Van Lith is not learning. Who is Haley Van Lith learning from? Haley Van Lith is not a point guard. She's a 2 guard. Who is she learning from?
Nobody.
That's why we said that the Chicago Skies put their eggs all in one basket with Courtney Vandersloot as the damn point guard.
Yes,
They had
sir.
no backup
You
point
said
guard.
that last week. You said
Exactly.
that.
Case
You
up,
said
and
that
it's
last
hard for me. It's hard for me to watch Camilla play in that game and then compare her to the vets. E will miss so many goddamn bunnies
She missed 10
that I
shots.
can't even count.
All right, watch this.
11.
Okay, I got you on that. I'm gonna say this.
She
I'ma
missed
say
10
this.
of layups.
Hold on before
layups.
Rebecca Allen, Kia Nurse.
Okay, why? You know what the common denominator is, Keisha? I have to say this. I got to get this off my chest.
Go ahead.
They didn't big E Will up the way they big Camilla up.
Okay.
And like Duvall be saying, some of these players that we talking about, they're irrelevant. I'm not using that word the way it's supposed to be used, but just think of it in that term. That's why they don't focus on them players. They pick Camilla as their number 3 pick, right?
Yeah.
So they, at the beginning of the season, we talked about it. They wanted to give the keys to Camilla. They wanted to run the offense through her. They bigged her up. They didn't do that for E. Will. They didn't do that for Kia Nurse. They didn't do that for Rebecca Allen. So that's why.
For Angel Reese.
Exactly. So that's why she's getting. It's unfortunate, but that's why she's getting what she's getting from people online, some people in the media, some people in the WNBA, talking about the inconsistency and the lack of aggressiveness and the laziness of Camilla Cardoso. It's unfortunate.
So let me do this.
Point.
Let me do
I
this
agree
real
with
quick.
some of that. I agree with some of that stuff. Don't get me wrong, because I tell Camilla whatever where to go, but I'm just telling you, she is surrounded by it. I said this
but they
during the
don't matter,
stream.
though, Keisha.
Look, I said this in the stream. Didn't I say it, bro, Claude? I said when you're surrounded by a whole bunch of lazy mofos, sometimes you start doing what they do, because some of them passes from E. Will to Camilla Cardoso was flat out lazy. But she don't get none of the smoke, and I get it, because she irrelevant.
She ain't gonna
right?
get the smoke.
Irrelevant.
Yeah. I'm don't Keisha, don't say
that.
No. I did see
she
you
relevant,
use it.
I guess.
Listen, don't use that word irrelevant the way I said it. Don't do that.
Okay,
Now.
so
It's
what I wanted to say was, so
ahead,
you want me to pull up the conference when they were at the facility, cut the ribbon, and E. Will got signed that day, earlier that morning.
We
And
know
what
that, but
he
but
said, wait, hold on. Can I finish?
They thought she was relevant.
Hold on now.
E. Will don't get talked about. Y'all cut that shit
I know,
out.
I'm just messing with you.
That ain't cooking nothing. She don't get talked about.
I know, because you don't want to hear it. But they said at the press conference.
I listened to the press conference.
Okay, so then that's bigging up. They ain't saying shit about Camilla after the draft. I ain't really seen them even do anything for Camilla. She didn't even.
They don't promote her.
She didn't even have a rec center.
Hold up, Jeff.
She didn't
promote her at the beginning of the season, talking about
Bro,
they gonna run
she
the
got
offense.
a video call.
Let's
She
keep
got
it
a
up,
goddamn
but they
video
don't
call.
promote
Are you
Camilla
serious,
Cardoso.
K-Sap?
Hold up.
She got a video call.
Miss me with that.
She
Y'all
got a
missed me
video-
with
Camilla's
that.
gonna be the
So
first
we
round.
sat here and talked about a show.
I'm not talking about a basketball sense, Duval. I'm talking about
That's
they
what
don't
we talking
promote
about.
her.
This is what we talking about from a
They big
basketball
up.
sense. We ain't talking about nothing off the court.
They
We're not talking
big
about
up.
nothing like
So
that.
one
We
article
talking
is
about
promote-
her
So one
skill.
article is promoting
I don't
Camilla
care
Cardoso.
what you see.
Okay.
I'm talking about what they said.
Hold up.
You
Okay.
said that they didn't big up E. Will. That I said I beg to differ.
I'm
Because
talking about
they
in a
beat-
basketball sense. I don't
No,
care what
man,
E.
I'm
Will's
saying
doing
you-
off
you
the
was
court.
talking about. Okay, then I'm confused because I thought you
No,
was
you
talking about
can't
the
be confused
organization.
because we keeping
No,
it
I thought you said
basketball.
that the
I don't care
organization-
what they talking about off the court, her cutting the ribbon and what they said. I'm talking about in a basketball sense. They think highly of Camilla basketball wise on her skill set. That's why she's getting all this backlash. I don't
So-
care how many. Oh, listen, hold up. I don't
get
care
where you're
how
coming
many.
from.
I don't care how many missed layups E. Will has. They're not gonna talk about that. It only comes down to Camilla and Angel Reese when shit happens like that, and y'all know that. Basketball wise, I don't
Yeah.
care what you're
I
doing
agree
off
with
the
that.
court
I
on
agree.
bigging you up because you part of the community and all that. I'm talking about from a basketball standpoint. They said
I
they
agree
was
with
running
that.
the offense through Camilla, and it has not panned out to what they want to see. They could care less if E. Will's out there missing 2 or 3 layups. They still gonna blame it on Camilla.
She missed 10.
So I got a question, K-Sap. What do
She
they
missed 10.
need? What do they need in order to run the offense through Camilla?
I've never said that they should run the offense through Camilla.
No, that's not my question. What do the Chicago Sky, from a basketball situation, need in order to run the offense through Camilla?
The
They
person that got
can't run
injured.
they can't run the offense through it, but in a sense like that, they need a point guard, and they don't have a point guard. They don't have a point guard, and that's why I keep telling y'all they brought in Uzone to be the facilitator to get the ball into Camilla Cardoso, but he does not give her the minutes to see if Camilla Cardoso could be force fed and be dominant a whole game. 20 minutes ain't gonna cut it.
You are so correct. So if you are based off of what Duval has said, if it's all about Camilla, why hasn't that happened, K-Sap? Why hasn't Uzon been
Go
elevated
ahead.
to start a minutes?
Because they just brought her in. Courtney Vandersloot was supposed to be the person that was going to do that. She got hurt. So when they brought Uzon in, they not putting her in because now they say, okay, we tried it with goddamn Vandersloot. It wasn't working with Camilla. Now we brought somebody else in. We don't think it's going to work. That's on the coaching
so after
staff.
6 or 7 games with Vandersloot, we just abandoned it.
That's evidently
Basically.
that's what they did. They
So,
abandoned ship.
Okay.
They
And
abandoned
so
ship.
when you abandon ship, Camilla's supposed to just fight through something she knows she needs in order to be successful.
We're not talking about what she got to fight through. How did this turn into what Camilla
No,
got
what
to
I'm
fight
sa-
through?
No, what I'm saying
You
is,
said we, but it's you. You not.
what
doing
I'm
it.
explaining,
But
it's not. I'm
she's
not
talking
saying
to the
you
chat
and
and
I am
Duval.
talking to everybody. What I'm saying is, if this organization truly believed that Camilla was a so-called cornerstone and she was going to be the first option, they would have made sure when Sloot went down, they would have got her replacement. They did not do that.
Okay, let me answer that then. Angel Reese is clearly the franchise player. In the first 7 games, they ain't run the offense through her. Not one time. What I'm telling you is we've running a dysfunctional organization that don't know what the hell they doing. That's what it comes down to.
So
For both
evidently,
players.
so that means, Duval, you've been running around here talking about Camilla being the first option. That probably was a lie because they dysfunctional.
So
But it's a lie they
everything
told.
that comes out of Chicago Sky's mouth is a lie. If you saying that's a lie, everything they say is a lie. We've
That's
been
a lie
that they
bamboozled.
told.
Well, Carly Bell said that they lied.
Yeah, so we've been
You can't
bamboozled.
have it both ways.
That's not having it both ways. That's not having it both ways
No, what I'm
because
saying, I'm talking about Duvall. You
Oh.
can't have it both ways. You can't
You
say
talking about you
she's
can't
the
say-
first. She's the
Calm
first
your
option,
ass
and they building
Oh, no,
around
I'm
her. And as soon as one person go down, they say, "Screw that. We're gonna wait 20 games, and then we're gonna go find who's on."
Come on.
Make it
Come
make
on.
sense.
Sloot was their first option. Like Danielle Williams said, Sloot was their first option.
I
They
agree
based
with that.
everything around Sloot, right?
Yes.
So when and I keep on
agree
harping
with
back.
that.
When Sloot went down, they didn't have a backup plan. Everybody
Yes.
got a plan until they got punched in the mouth.
Hey,
and Chicago
roaches,
got
it's
punched in the
outstanding.
mouth, man, and they just went south, man. They just like Carly said, the offense that Tyler Marsh is running, he preached that early. We want to play fast and shoot the three and get up and down. That shit ain't working. But then after that, after that statement, when that all settled down and they got the team in play, what we gonna do? We gonna run the offense through Camila Cardoso. They lied about that because we ain't seen that. But I've seen Camila Cardoso get plenty of touches, but sometimes she's just not aggressive enough to go make the move and get it.
Right.
I've seen
I'll
that.
take it all the way back to the draft case.
Mm-hmm.
Look, they got HVL for Angel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Why the hell they didn't get Tahina Pow for Camilla?
Right.
Functional.
Like you said, dysfunctional organization. And that goes back to what I told y'all about y'all trusting Jeff P with all these fucking draft picks. Y'all want all these draft picks, and y'all gonna trust him because he gonna mess it up again.
Dysfunction.
Can we all agree with that?
We all agree. That's why I say
all
when
agree on
these
that.
people they put out these articles and they do all that shit, half that shit is lies, y'all.
Think about that for a
Carly Bell
second.
said that they lied on the show.
Think about this for a second.
That he lied.
They drafted a person 9th or 10th that's overseas that might not be ready for 2 years. And by the time she be ready, Jeff might ain't gonna be here.
And you know what the conspiracy theory they talking about online? Oh, Sipka, they putting out her stats and stuff online
I
while
don't
she
want to see
playing on.
that shit.
Hold
Don't
on, they
fall
putting
for
out
that.
her stats and stuff. It was talking about, I think, she might be the Angels' replacement because she got this in the bag and she got this in the bag. That's what they saying online. Now if is any of that true? Who knows?
That's smoke and mirrors right there. That's
Who
smoke
knows
and mirrors.
if that's true? But it is very interesting that the first person you pick is Sipka.
Yep.
And that goes back to the dysfunctionality. But this is what I keep on harping back because y'all giving me what I want to throw back about these fucking draft picks.
Yeah.
Y'all talking about, okay, we can get the number one, we got 2 first-round picks in 2026. I don't give a fuck. Jeff gonna fuck that shit up.
He will.
So that's why I said them draft picks don't mean nothing
I'm
to
with
me
you,
right
brother.
now.
I'm with you on that.
That's all I'm saying. Them draft picks don't mean nothing
You
to
might
me
as well
right
trade
now.
them all away, huh, K?
Exactly. Trade them off and like y'all said, go build through free agency, man. See if you can lure some of these vets in there. And Carly brought up a good question about Tina Charles. Fucking go out there and get fucking Tina Charles.
Give her the money. Tina said the reason why she went over there, I think they gave her $200,000 in Connecticut, right, or something like that.
250.
Oh
shit!
shit. Okay.
Look, Indiana gave DeWanna Bonner 200 and she walked on them. Shit, fucking Tina Charles can come to Chicago. Give her the money. Give Kalia Copper the money.
Yeah.
I said this, y'all. Check it out. I said this on the Crash Out Room. They're gonna have to go over, and I say it in the Players Club.
Yeah,
they're
over the
gonna
cap.
have to go over the cap.
That's the problem. He don't want to spend money.
Michael Alter gonna have to go to the bank. Him and the Nadia Rollinson black ass. They're gonna have to go with the shotguns to the bank and rob the bank and go over the cap. I said if they was just gonna, because they got to pay a penalty for going over the cap. But I said to Keisha, I said one thing that they have to do in order for them to recover from this case out is to go over the cap, the salary cap, to break the bank and pay the players that they need to have in here and break the goddamn bank for each and every
That's
player.
the only way it's gonna happen.
That's the only way it's gonna happen.
Get the money, bro.
All right.
Here comes the money.
Thank you, Bernadine Dorsey, for the $5 super chat. Their actions, words don't match. Salute was shooting first and passing. Y'all died, but y'all hard tonight. Man. Y'all
Absolutely, Sister Bernadine. You know what you're talking about.
It's a true statement, but it goes back to like we said it, man. Paying Salute that money to come back. We know what Salute's done for the Chicago Sky organization. We know Salute's a champion. We know she's the all-time assist leader.
Yeah,
but you're not getting that in that second return. You're not getting that same. You're not getting that same Courtney Vandersloot.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't know what Courtney Vandersloot would have did for Chicago if she didn't go down injured.
Right, she might have got better. Who knows?
But my problem was it was the 37 minutes a game. You depended on the 37-year-old to play 37 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
She not built that way no more. You got to cut her minutes down, let her be fresh in important stretches of the game if you really need somebody to facilitate to get the ball down into Camila Cardoso. But we didn't see that happening. 37 minutes a game ran her in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. It caught up to her quick.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem I have with what I said about all these draft picks, you can stockpile all these draft picks all you want. But just like Carly said, y'all got to realize only people that's under contract is Angel, Carmilla, Maddie Westbelt, Haley Van Lith,
HVM,
and Sifka.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to retool the whole roster. And then she said, hey, it won't be far-fetched if some of the players that are on the team return next year. So what's that telling you guys, man? This organization is poorly
They don't
ran.
have a will to win. Yeah, they just out there. They just out there happy that they making money. They don't care about, there is a such thing as make money and don't care about winning. They do have organizations.
Man, they ain't said nothing about Coulibaly. I ain't heard nothing about Coulibaly ever since she was drafted 23. I ain't heard nothing about her. I don't know if she's healed from the knee injury. We don't see her in no practice. We don't see her on no injury reports or anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rachel Banham is back. I wouldn't be surprised if E. Will is back.
I would keep Rachel Banham only if you had a true fucking point guard.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I would keep Rachel Banham because one thing about Rachel, you put her in and that goes to show Marina Mabry. She can flat out stroke it.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. But she can flat out fill it up. See y'all just stop. I see y'all smiling. Just stop. We passed that segment, okay?
Okay, I'm past.
We passed that.
Okay.
But she can flat out let it fly, right?
Right.
We've seen what she did when she got traded to Connecticut. She went over there lighting it up. You see when we had to go back and play Connecticut, Marina Mabry lit us up.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about Marina Mabry and Rachel Banham. They can flat out shoot the ball. But like we always said, you play these girls out of position, they're going to struggle.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They're going to struggle.
And
Rachel, she can't play no defense, but offensively.
I mean, you can have her come off the bench. I wouldn't have no problem with her on the bench, but to have her as your primary ball handler is just diabolical to me.
But y'all just
they're going to have to cash out, family.
I know, but just think about it. Everybody that's coming out of the draft, the only one that's a solidified point guard coming out of the draft, Olivia Miles, if she declares.
And the other thing is, well, like you was going back to your draft conversation, is, I mean, do we got 3-point shooters coming out the draft stuff, or maybe Gianna Neekins, maybe
Kiki Rice, Kiki,
that really stroked the three like that to be whatever Tyler Marsh was running around here trying to do.
Kiki Rice is a point guard too.
I said Kiki Rice is a point guard. So,
yeah, I was talking about the 3 ball.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
talking about
Yeah.
K-Sap. Yo, Kiki Rice is a point guard, so she'll
Kiki
prefer
Rice, and she's big. She's 6 feet,
We
and she
can't
can
get them
handle the
all.
ball.
We can't get Kiki Rice, AZ Fudd, or goddamn. We can't all have all three of them, man.
Oh yeah, we
Well,
could. I
well,
would
I
like
went over
AZ
the top.
Fudd,
I went over the
but
top
I don't
5.
know.
So the top 5, because we'll be in there. We'll be in that
But
5.
knowing AZ Fudd, she probably be
Well,
gone.
But
listen,
Jeff will mess that up too, bro, Claude.
I got you, brother. But I'm gonna do it for the chat. The top 5 is Lauren Betts.
You forgot the French lady. The
No,
French
no,
girl.
I don't know the girl.
no.
Girl
We
name.
we googled it on the Players Club. Me and Keisha, who they said the top college players. We didn't say overall
okay.
draft.
Yeah, we
Okay.
weren't talking
The top-
about overseas.
We were talking about the top. So it was Lauren Betts, Ozzie Fudd,
hmm
the girl that's over on the Gamecocks,
Lotson.
Tania Latson. She was
Mhm.
number 3. Olivia
Flodgett.
Miles was number 4, and
Mhm.
Ozzie Fudd.
What
Mhm.
Flodgett
the
came
5.
in at?
Flage was like at 5.
Flage was at 6. I mean, yeah, 5. Flage was 5
Mhm.
because it was Lauren. It was Lauren Betts,
I
Ozzie
said they're gonna
Fudd.
draft Chloe Kitts.
No, it was Lauren Betts, Ozzie Fudd, Latina Latson,
Olivia
Olivia
Miles,
Miles,
then Latson,
and
and
then-
then Flage.
right, and then Flage. We looked it up on the Players Club. So they the top 5. Kiki Rice is number 7 because
Yeah, she down there.
Nipkins is number 6.
Yeah,
and they
she's
got-
above her.
Right, they got Nipkins at number 6, and they got Kiki Rice at number 7.
Yeah, because Gianna Neepkins can stroke it. She's a 3. Shut up, you nasty man. She's a 3 ball is all I'm saying. But then they got Kiki Rice, and then after that they go into like Chloe Kitts and Sarah Williams, which I like Sarah Williams, and Cody McMahon and all of Reagan Beers. I mean, these people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't get something out that top 5, I mean, I guess you can, but would Chicago pick Kiki Rice at 5?
No.
Probably
Man, look,
not.
I don't even want to talk about what Chicago gonna pick.
So at the end of the day, I'm with K-Sap. They don't even need to pick because
Right, because they're
they're not
5
gonna
or
pick.
6.
I bet you Kiki Rice, to Duvall's point. I know Duvall like Kiki Rice, but the Sky don't like Kiki Rice.
They don't like Kiki Rice.
The only person they really talk about is Olivia Miles at the game. That's the only person they talk about.
Yep.
So they let you know
Olivia
Kiki Rice
number
ain't
4.
on they radar.
Ain't
Right.
turning nobody's heads.
Right, Olivia number 4, Kiki Rice number 6, number 7.
What I'm saying,
Nipkins is number 6.
all I'm saying is Chicago ain't looking at no Kiki Rice.
No, they ain't looking at no Kiki Rice. They
I
want
won't be-
Olivia Miles. That's who they want.
That's
And if
it.
I
they
won't
can't get, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised they try to trade up for her. If they out of the range of Kiki Mount on Olivia Mount, they'll try to trade up for her. Use
Trade up
somebody
with
that's
what, Duvall? Let me know what they got. Trade up with what?
Either they could use Atkins, or they might use Camilla as asset to trade up to try to get her.
Trying to run Camilla out, huh?
Now that's not but them the only 2 people that got value.
Yeah,
I say Atkins will be the first they'll try to use to try to trade up.
I thought they was gonna move her at the trade deadline.
they're not gonna
I
move
thought so,
back.
too.
I think if anything, like I told Duvall earlier today, if anything,
Atkins coming back. Watch.
No,
yeah,
they gonna
Atkins
court
coming
her.
back. I think they're gonna try to convince Brittany Sykes to come over.
No,
Man, hey.
listen, they're gonna core Atkins. Is that y'all got to understand that not only is the new CBA, but it's also the expansion draft.
Yeah.
They're gonna core Chicago's gonna core Atkins. That's already in the paint. They're gonna core her so she can't move anyway in the expansion.
They
draft.
want her to return. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I would love to see her
she's-
return, but you got to put a
Me
point
too.
guard around her.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to put a point guard around.
I
I mean,
think-
if you can
And
get
my mind is going, it might be her friend Sykes.
and look, if you can get a true point guard in Chicago, right, and then them free agents that are out there looking, that could be very enticing because if you get a point guard around Ariel Atkins and Angel Reese, even Carmilla, I mean, this Sky team, I mean, it could be dangerous, but you gotta ransom the farm out there. You gotta get rid of Kia Nurse, Rebecca Allen. They gotta go.
They're gonna all
sorry.
be gone at the end of the year.
I thought they was
gonna
gonna be beneficial to Chicago this year, but that shit didn't work out.
No, they're gonna be.
Rebecca Allen had one great game, a 28-point outburst, and then after that, inconsistency. And I would want to advocate for her to get in the starting lineup. She got in the starting lineup, and she just, I don't know.
Yeah,
he won't be back next year either. It'll be that they're gonna hold on.
What did they sign up for? Did they sign up for a 2-year contract?
Next year,
just a 1 year.
Yeah. So she gone.
It's all good, man.
All I can tell y'all is this. I think Atkins gonna stay.
Yeah, I want her to stay. You know, like
gonna stay.
Like Carly said, you know, Atkins, if they can convince Atkins to sign a 2 to 3 year deal, because Duvall said it earlier, once these players after this CBA and they start signing these long-term deals,
it's gonna be long.
It's gonna be long. Then if Chicago ain't made no moves and got pieces around, then they stuck like Chuck. We're gonna be at this same time next year talking this same bullshit again.
Well, that's not gonna happen because how do you know, bro, Claude? Okay, because I know that's the next question. Well, how do I know? I talked about it last year. That it's gonna be a whirlwind and everybody gonna be surprised next year who leaves what and what team and who gonna get together when the CBA happens. When the CBA happens, people, I said it last year and I stand 10 toes down on it. It's gonna be a whirlwind and you're gonna be surprised, just like you saw the total team leave over there in Connecticut. A whole team left.
They did.
You're gonna see that type of stuff and reuniting in different cities because these girls talk to each other.
They didn't have to do Mabry like that.
Yeah, they did Mabry like that. They all talked about we up. But the thing is this. When the CBA come and KSAP and Duvall, I remember being on the panel last year. I don't know if he was, Keisha, but last year I said once the CBA is completed and finished, the Ferris wheel of players, because now you got some more young players, and then this draft that's coming in 2026 is guard heavy. So you got a merry-go-round of where these players, I mean, the star players going to be going to, because these young players that's coming in next year, they're faster, they're better, they're more skilled. Tanai Letson right now can play in the league right now. Tanai Letson gonna give him a headache right now if she coming in. Listen, lose or slow lower bets will be okay at best, but she'll be all right in the league. But definitely, Fly can play right now. Ozzie Fudd can play right now, and we know Olivia just stayed another year. Olivia actually need to be in the W this year for just rotation. But the way these goddamn coaches is, some of these ones we gonna have problems. Don't be surprised. We gonna have 6 or 7 more firings next year. We had 8 last year. We might have 6 or 7 firings of coaches next year with the new CBA. Nope. Yeah, but then nobody expect them to be 8 coaches and 7 GMs.
Yeah, well, look, man, great show, man. We 3 hours.
We didn't even get to injuries.
And I can't do this no more. 3 hours. Y'all killing me, Smalls. Y'all killing me.
That's them good subjects, bro.
Y'all told Duvall he was being very condescending. Oh my goodness, y'all diabolical. Duvall, don't let him do it to you like that.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, just her opinion. She all right.
You a shit starter is what you are.
Right, he messy
Duvall,
as hell,
hey, look,
messing around with
Duvall,
you.
you got to let him know how you really feel, dog.
He do. That's the
He do.
point.
He
He do let us
ain't
know
gonna
how he
hold back
feel.
on that.
Hey, they got that good camaraderie. They got that good point guard to low post. You know, you can throw the ball into me. I get a bucket for you. That's the kind of relationship they got.
Shaq and Kobe. I get it.
Look,
They
tonight
they
we
got
do.
that good continuity.
Tomorrow we
you know
might
what
be
I'm saying?
fighting.
Tomorrow we
Nah,
might
y'all
be
not
fighting.
fighting. Duvall see your face, he get all jippery. Cut that out. Duvall, look, Keisha told Duvall, straighten up and fly right. Duvall got to inattention. He started coming with his shit then.
That's
Yeah,
called
when
respect.
When he first came with it, he was dry. I'm here. I'm ready.
Oh no, I was trying to bring out the real Duvall.
Nah, you did, and you the only one that can bring it out of him.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that.
You Duvall, you know it's true.
Nah, man, it
Nah,
depends
ain't
on
no
topic.
Nah, cut that out, Duvall.
Hey, I love this boy.
You know it's
Duvall is a good.
Well,
What you trying to say is all I do. What you trying to say is all I bring to the community is aggravating black men. Is that what you're trying to say?
Every good man got that good woman behind him, Duvall. You a good man. You got that good woman behind you, man.
Shut up, K-Stop. He be riding out with me too. Tell him, Duvall, that's a crash out, brother.
He might be the milkman. I don't know.
Oh shit.
No.
You know
I don't know.
K-Stop, this is my problem with you.
That's because it's 3 hours in, y'all fucking shit. Y'all done turned the corner.
Goddamn.
Y'all talking about stroking it and throat, man. Look, I don't want to.
Me, Duvall, and Bro Claw wasn't talking no such a thing. You were.
Yeah.
On what?
Stroking it and all that.
Yeah.
That was
basketball terms, but then you started saying and laughing at the same time, so I know what your nasty mind was thinking. You couldn't even say it with a straight face. You talk about she's strong, and then you start laughing.
Keisha, you didn't let him. He finna elaborate. He finna do his thing.
Yeah, Keisha, I saw it. Like you couldn't even keep a straight face when you were saying it, man.
I told you.
I don't even know how I deal with
Keisha,
three male egos every Friday and Wednesday. I don't know how I do this.
Because we condescending.
No good ninja. You're no good ninja.
So Pretty Tony said, yes, y'all all made my drive easy. Where'd you go to, Sister Tony?
We tend to do that for people.
Yeah, we tend to do that.
Laugh at. We don't want nobody to crash.
No. Yeah, no, we don't want nobody crashing.
Nah, but man, we
we didn't even get to the
like
injury.
Clarence Kennedy, Lord,
boy, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy, man. But
stop it, Geechee.
Yeah, y'all had a great show tonight, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man.
Big Blue said, well, time to go.
Yeah, my stomach got the growling.
There you go. Come on, man. Let's go.
My stomach got the growling. I got to go finish my wings, man. I got to go, man. My stomach. Woo, boy.
I need some wings.
Yeah.
I need to go get some.
Yeah. What Court Vision say? She going over there with ADP and look, ADP and Miss D left us. They left us. They got out early.
They had the 12.
Yeah.
They got the show. So going over there, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna go up there, K-Sap.
I gotta go.
Y'all go check me out. I'm gonna come over to ADP and Miss D. I'm gonna go. I told them I'm gonna give them some time tonight, so I'm gonna give them a little time, before I turn in. And y'all come over there and show some love, and then also come over there and subscribe to ADP Creations, man. Come on, y'all, give us some of them hours, man. Give us some of that love. So I'll be over there. Y'all go over there. Because y'all already know.
Everybody need to be fired. Hell.
So Pretty Tony, man. I was trying to get you on the show last night. You left on tonight's show, but you left me unread. That's how y'all do. Y'all.
And I'll tell you another thing. Let me tell y'all something about Camila Cardoso before y'all go.
Go ahead.
Gonna strike up another conversation.
No, I'm not. She praying y'all trade her.
Yeah.
I don't want her to go nowhere.
She she got on her baby knees with her little baby hands. And said, Lord, please.
She's a work in progress.
Please, Jesus.
Please release me from this turmoil.
She's not going nowhere. I don't want her to go nowhere.
Hey, Camila Cardoso.
I don't want her to go either, but I'm just telling you.
She ain't going nowhere.
Camila Cardoso, please free me.
Nah.
Free me.
Hey, yeah,
So
court
Duvall don't have to
vision
say
was so
what
pretty,
good I
Tony.
don't
I
do.
sent you a message like, where you at?
Cook this
We
guy.
tried to get you on the show, but you left me unread, so that's diabolical. So
Ooh, Sister
we'll charge
Tony.
that to the game. But hey, it
Charge
is what
to
it
the
is.
game. It is.
Hey,
what
Sister
it is.
Tony, come over to ADP so you could
That's where she
link up
going.
with them.
That's where she
Yeah,
going.
she said she going
Okay.
over there.
So you can link
All
up
right,
with
man.
them
Hey,
again
appreciate
today.
everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody's support, rocking with us, man. Nah, I'm not stopping it, man. I don't want to put you on blast, man.
Man, I even forgot Michaela Onyenwere got hit in the boobies, and she ain't come back and had 2 points. I mean, it's just,
I sent that message 3 hours ago. So pretty, Tony. And you ain't seen it, ain't read it, ain't did nothing. Do I got to show it to? Nah, I ain't gonna show it to the camera. I ain't gonna put.
Don't put it.
Don't
Don't put
to
it.
you. I ain't
Don't
gonna
do
that
it.
to you.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't.
But
You better
yeah.
leave my pretty Tony alone.
The Atlanta Dream coach, the new coach, they got a good coach.
Yeah, you better check your IG, girl.
She said she left you on unread.
Yeah, she left me on unread.
Okay, Keisha, before we leave.
What?
Nah. What you got? We finna shut it down. What you doing, Broke Law?
What, you quit? What happened?
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
What you about to tell me live? Go
Hurry
ahead
up.
and tell it. You want
it's
the
all
people
right.
to hear?
Come on, man. Hurry up so we can end it, man. Don't
Y'all
freeze
meet
up
me
now.
over there at ADP Creations. Y'all hear more of what I want
What
to
the
tell
heck?
and talk about. You go over there to ADP Creations. Y'all.
What
hear
did you
me.
want to talk
We
about,
finna
Broke
end
Law?
the show.
Now you being very condescending.
Yes, he is. See what I'm talking about? Now you didn't notice
I'm
it.
being serious right now.
You wanted to say something. Get it off your chest.
Why
I
didn't you
was
say
just
it?
talking about Ari McDonald.
Okay.
Oh, getting hurt?
And, yeah, two players on Indiana Fever.
Yeah, Sydney Coast.
I think everybody knows that.
And then Ari McDonald broke her foot.
I was gonna give my perception of where I wanted to go with that, but we could do it.
We already
over
talked
there.
about Shedeur, Felicia. That was Earl. That was the first part of the
we
show.
talked about Shedeur early.
Catch it on the playback. Very interesting things that we said. Catch it on the
Yeah.
playback. We appreciate you
about-
tuned in, though.
That was the first topic, Felicia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keisha getting a headache. She needs some food, dog. And when she turned her head to the side,
I gave some headache because you messing with my people that that roll with me got them thinking some type of way, and I don't appreciate it.
Roll out with Keisha with
you
a
got the balls
messy
back. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man.
million ass, and she better stop them green.
All right, look, we're gonna
monsters.
shut it down, man. I
And
gotta
they
give me
got a
something.
I can't stop it, Bro Claw. You don't want to get patted down. There's nothing I can do.
All right, here we go. Look, we're gonna digress from that. Look, man, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Appreciate the panel. Appreciate Keisha, Bro Claude, and Duvall, man, bringing that knowledge again, man. Knowledge is power. You can't take it nowhere with you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you give an inch, you got to take a mile, and that's what we do on this show.
Yes.
So appreciate everybody that was in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all locked in with the Full Court Trio. Make sure y'all following all these channels. Make sure you following Cut the Ish with Real Talk Sports with Keisha. Make sure you following Bro Claude, Steady Serving ENT Sports ENT. His crash out rooms be off the chain. Make sure you following the Players Club. You know what I'm saying? Players Club is gonna start. You know, since football season's starting, they're gonna start calling some football for people that's in the football. Man, y'all go over there to the Players Club. They still gonna give y'all that comedy. You know, game calling and stuff like that. Ain't nothing gonna change. It's just a different sport.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all following Simply Ball dropping. You know, I'm dropping videos, man, giving y'all all the bangers that I can give y'all. And like they said the other night, man, we woke up the YouTube community, man. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing, keep applying pressure, keep putting our foot on the neck, man. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Full Court Trio. I'm your man, K-Sap, Keisha, Steady Serving ENT, and Duvall with Bro Claude. Why is Keisha always laughing?
Because your voice tells a lot.
What'd it say?
You know you over there being condescending.
Oh, here we go. But look, hey. God bless, peace, and good night.
Love y'all. Peace.